Quiet numbskulls, I'm broadcasting. Good morning to you. We're live at Champion Chevrolet on the Bristol Motor Mile in Johnson City. Good morning to you, man. What a difference a day makes, huh? Weather-wise, a little cold out here this morning, but that's okay. If you look at the extended forecast Ben's about to give us here in a few minutes, we're talking back up into the 60s by Saturday. So whatever we've got, it's not going to last long, and that's good for me. We could be somewhere else, northern part of the country, that's really going to get hammered with some Arctic air and some Arctic blast, if you will. So it's cold, no question, but it's supposed to be. Mama used to say and Grandma used to say it'd be cold, kill off the bugs. And so we're getting some bug killing going on right now for sure. We're live at Champion Chevrolet again on the Bristol Motor Mile, Johnson City. Thank you for being with us again on this Thursday, December the 15th, 2016. We always start our show by dedicating to the man who hung on the cross, no question. And so here it is, today's verse to get us started out of the book of Proverbs. Proverbs chapter 4, verses 5 through 9 says, "Never forget my words. Do not depart from my wisdom, for it will protect you and watch over you. My wisdom and understanding will honor you and present you with a crown of splendor." There you go. Loving it. And so we're here live at Champion. We're on AM 790 across 20 counties in Northeast Tennessee, Southwest Virginia, and Western North Carolina. Also at WETV790.com, streaming audio on the internet, and also on Facebook Live. So we thank you for being with us. We have lots to talk about here today. We've got hockey, we've got NBA basketball, got college basketball, we've got some baseball news. I mean, it's all out there for you. We're going to cover as much as we possibly can. Carmichael is going to join us coming up here a little bit later in the show. He'll come by and with his wits of wisdom. Andy Dietrich is going to join us coming up here in just a few minutes. And also going to be joined by, a little bit later on, David Crum from the Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency and some other folks scheduled to come by. They are going to come if they can. Folks are working, and I get that. So if they can, they will. If not, then that's okay too. So got a full show, as always, between now and 1 o'clock. We thank you for being with us here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. And our great sponsors making this thing go, by the way. We don't thank them enough. And so our sponsors include the folks right here at Champion Chevrolet, Chick-fil-A at the crossings in North Johnson City, Blue Lizard Australian Sunscreen, Larry Kaiser Nationwide Insurance, Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance, also Center Street Wealth Management Group, our dear friend Greg Taylor. Also from Bays Mountain Park, we had Rob on yesterday. We were live at Max Medicine. Another one of our great sponsors, the Max Medicine Mart. Cherokee Barbershop, home of the Gator Man. Talk about him coming up in a few minutes. American Import and Auto Repair. Jim Klein Farmers Insurance, a big old tall drink of water. The Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Also Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics. Bristol Motor Speedway. And we're very proud to say we've brought back, and he's come back on board with us, and we're very excited about that. Book Lovers Warehouse again, and between Johnson City and Jonesboro, right there beside Harbor Freight Tools. And we're going to be talking to Bob throughout the Christmas season. And so he's back with us. He's only back on that show. It's covering 20 counties to sell books and DVDs and CDs and everything else he's got down there. So again, good morning to you. We are live here at Champion Chevrolet in the Bristol Motor Mile, Johnson City. And let's go back to the studio. Our director extraordinaire, Ben Foy. Good morning, sir. How you doing? A little cool. Yeah, it's not. I think that's about as good as it's going to get today. So, but again, the part I like about it says tomorrow night going to get up into the 40s for an overnight low and up into the 50s and low 60s by Saturday. Yeah, there you go. So I'll be able to mow the grass on Saturday. Got to mow it one more time, so I'll be able to mow Saturday, and probably won't be a whole lot to mow with this teens tonight. It'll kill the grass off, but I'm going to run that mower through it one more time on Saturday. In my shorts, my Raiders toboggan, probably some not flip-flops, but swimming shoes and some knee-high socks. That always makes the neighbors, always makes them happy to see me out there bebopping around in that attire, but that's okay. It is what it is. So there you go. I'll video and send it to you. We're here again live at Champion Chevrolet. Back to the studio. Ben, give us, as promised, our very latest weather forecast here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. There you go. That's going to be what's happening weather-wise. So, again, whatever we got going on today, hello, Barbara Cornhour. Thank you, dear, for watching. Whatever it's going to be very brief and very temporal. As, again, it's going to start warming up tomorrow night. Now, tonight's going to be cold. What'd you say, down to the teens tonight? Is that correct? 14 degrees tonight. That's okay because 50. There you go. 50 and low 60s for Saturday here. So I can live with whatever's coming tonight. Just kind of hunker down and stay cool, or not stay cool, stay warm, stay bundled up, and be cool. Be relaxed. Don't wig out. Don't tense up. It's going to be okay. And then we're going to warm back up again by, as we said, by Saturday. Tom Taylor Sports Show. Let's go ahead. Well, refresh our memory, folks out there that have come on to the show over the last couple of weeks and may not know what you're talking about. Refresh our memory about the Wreaths across America. This is a awesome organization doing some great things. Tell me about it. There you go. Just got a Facebook. Shane Lewis says, "Hey Tom, let's go fishing." Yeah, you get a line, I got a pole, honey. There we go. We'll go down to the fishing hole. Maybe not, big guy. I got good news. He's a big Elizabeth and Twins fan. I got good news about that coming up here in a few minutes. Again, good forecast and a good, great event. The Wreaths across America, putting wreaths on our soldiers who certainly earned that and deserved that at Mountain Home and the Mountain Home Cemetery here in Johnson City. And so if you get a chance, once they put them out there, you want to go by there over the Christmas holiday season and see those bleach white crosses and those headstones with those big lush green wreaths with a big red bow, excuse me, in the middle of it. It is powerful. And so tip of the hat, we helped some here on the show. We're going to do more next year. We helped, what do you say, 3 or 4 churches got involved because they heard about it here on the show. Is that correct? There you go. And so that's the name of the game. It's Wreaths Across America. That ceremony again's coming up on Saturday. What time? High noon on Saturday. Tom Taylor Sports Show. Hit it a little Sweet Georgia Brown. Let's get into some basketball. How about the Buccaneers of East Tennessee State? Lawsy mercy. Big win for these folks. Hello, Matt Slaughter. Hello, Hunter Locke. Hello, Taylor Green. There it is. Sweet Georgia Brown. That's our basketball segment here on the show. The Buccaneers last night, a putback basket with 2 seconds left. The Bucs went on the road at Mississippi State in a non-conference game at Humphrey Coliseum. Again, DeSanto Bradford led the Bucs with 15 points. T.J. Crum added 14. And again, the tip in on national television, as a matter of fact. The Bucs improved to 3-1 all-time against Mississippi State. Their last victory over a Southeastern Conference team came against Mississippi State back in 2010. Bucs improved to 8-2. They'll move on to take on Morehead State on Saturday. Interesting story coming out of Morehead State. We'll tell you about that coming up in a moment about their coach. He's in big trouble. In fact, the head coach may not be the head coach time the Bucs get there on Saturday, but a fantastic win. ESPN national televised game. The Buccaneers of East Tennessee State. Big win last night at Mississippi State to defeat the Bulldogs of Ben Rowland. And so the Bucs coming back to the road today, and obviously very happy campers, and they should be, because it's a big deal to win on the road, no less, against an SEC team in their house. So congratulations to Steve Forbes, the Buccaneer coach. He's going to be joining us after the first of the year. at one of our Chick-fil-A stops in North Johnson City. So, again, thanks one more time to the Buccaneers. Good job. East Tennessee State wins big, 67-65, big win. 2 points, not a big win, but in terms of magnitude and national recognition, huge win. Hit the bell for this basketball team for Steve Forbes and the men's team at East Tennessee State. The Tennessee Volunteer men's team plays tonight. They take on the Lipscomb Bisons at Thompson Bowling Arena in Knoxville. Those two teams will play a week from tonight in a sold-out game at Freedom Hall, Johnson City. Tennessee coming to town, take on the Buccaneers of East Tennessee State. That's coming up again a week from tonight. It's sold out. Eastman Credit Union stepped up as the title sponsor of the game, and so it's going to be I would say, a raucous arena coming up next Thursday night at Freedom Hall, Johnson City, when Rick Barnes brings his Tennessee men's team to town to take on the Buccaneers of Steve Forbes, who are making some noise. Of course, we haven't even started the Southern Conference schedule yet. Wait till they get into the conference slate, and it looks like they're going to be the team to beat in the Southern Conference. That's the way we think anyway here in Northeast Tennessee. Tom Taylor Sports Show. We're live again at Champion Chevrolet on the Bristol Motor Mile, Johnson City, on this beautiful, cold, crisp day. We're not even into the first day. It's when's the first day of winter? It'd be Wednesday, next Wednesday, first day of winter, the 21st. So we're still in fall. Sure don't feel like fall, but winter doesn't come in until next Wednesday. Also, before we take a break, get ready to talk to our buddy Andy Dietrich. Kudos again to the Tennessee football team. They loaded up on buses and went into Gatlinburg yesterday and met a bunch of folks at Rocky Top Sports World, signing autographs. And again, nearly 4,000 students received invitations to meet the Tennessee players. Students and parents waited anxiously outside the complex 45 minutes before the team arrived in 4 buses. And, of course, once you got inside, all the folks got these little placards that says "Home Sweet Home to Me," which are the words of Rocky Top on, for folks to sign autographs, and they did. And just, what a neat event and a great show of goodwill for Butch Jones and his Tennessee football team, making some folks smile that otherwise haven't had a whole lot to smile about in the last 3 or 4 weeks, all the fire victims again in Gatlinburg. So kudos, hit the bell to Butch Jones and the folks again for the Tennessee football team showing up yesterday in Gatlinburg to sign autographs for a bunch of folks at Rocky Top Sports World. Quick break, we'll be right back. We're going to check in with our man. He's in the house. Put him on camera. Andy Dietrich. Yes, the man, the myth, the legend from Champion Chevrolet. He joins us coming up next year. We're live at his place and Tim Copenhaver's place here at Champion Chevrolet on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Yes. Yeah, please. There's your... Okay, Facebook folks, again, we're juggling doing radio and Facebook at the same time, but again, we would thank you ahead of time for what you're doing for us, and be sure to share us, like us, and share us. Again, Tom Taylor Sports Show, and then also like and share our personal page too, Tom Taylor. Appreciate that. It's growing by leaps and bounds, and we appreciate that very much. So we had a pile of views yesterday on the show from Max Medicine Mart and Kingsport. So today, Champion Chevrolet, taking tomorrow off, going to do some stuff for the little people for end-of-school Christmas parties and all that's right here in the middle of the show. So we're going to take tomorrow off, be back in the saddle on Monday. We'll be at Hardee's in Colonial Heights here in Northeast Tennessee on Monday. So if you get a chance, stop by and say hello to us on Monday. So anyway, we're going to come back with our buddy Andy Dietrich. We're going to put him on camera here in just a few minutes. So looking forward to hanging out with him. So again, thank you. Shane Lewis and Hunter Locke and Matt Slaughter and Taylor Green and Barbara Cornauer. Some of the folks already dialed in and locked in with us today, and we appreciate that very much. So just hang in there. We'll come right back in a minute. You'll get to see Andy Dietrich.
Oh, gosh.
Ooh, and he's our buddy Andy. We'll get to put him on the camera coming up here in just a few minutes. Okay. All right. What did you say the current temperature was? 25? 26. Hello, Kathy Wayne Sparks. Wish you're in the pool right now up at Woodstone, swimming around. I wish it was warm enough to be swimming, but it will be soon. So, got a chance to meet her back in the summer. Her daddy used to be a big radio guy around here. Dave Sparks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was a legend. So, Kathy Wayne. Then when we get done talking to Andy, we're going to as promised, we're going to drop Denny Hamlin in. So,
Okay.
oh, you're going to do touchstones right now. That's right. Take caller 3.
Okay.
Hello, Kristen Harmon.
Here we go. There's a touchdown. You're up.
Yeah, can't wait for the hot sun. I'm right there with you, lady. Again, good morning to you. We're live at Champion Chevrolet. Hello to Kristen Harmon. Hey, you heard the touchstones on the radio side of things. Call us right now. Caller 3. Why would you not? We'll give away some free money tomorrow. Bill Lister of Gray won it last Friday. Giving away some free money today. Call 929-7900. Some of the folks that have already called in this week would include Vicki Farrell of Watauga, Billy Lewis of Johnson City, Gary Taylor of Churchill, Betty Herring of Kingsport, Judy Stevens of Johnson City. Buzz us. Let's get you qualified. Be caller number 3, 929-7900, 929-7900. Can I send a shout out to my buddy Rick's Bobby? My
You need to. Somebody needs to give him a shout out.
Taylor, little Ricky Sicky. Did ball games 20 years, that guy. I'm telling you. Little Ricky over in Kingsport. He's the man. You talk about the man, the myth, the legend. Now that guy's the man.
It is the silver ponytail.
The silver ponytail. You got it. So, hey, we're joined by our buddy Andy Dietrich right here on camera. Let's swing it around here on the old Facebook Live and see the shadows don't do you. You know what you ought to do?
Oh, it's the glare and
It's the glare from the
here in
window.
the showroom.
You want to swing back around? Maybe you want to go around on this side. Well, that's
They
all
don't
right.
need to see me. That'll probably hurt your ratings.
All right, well, you'll just swing it back around there. So, anyway, we're here with our buddy Andy Dietrich from Champion Chevrolet. Busy month, man. Busy, busy, busy.
It is. Before I get started, I do want to give a shout out. My wife is listening. Haley is listening today, and I need to brag on her for a minute.
Go ahead.
And you're going to know what I'm going to brag on. She has a school for kids with cancer at the Bristol Motor Speedway, Children Exceeding Expectations. And it's a St. Jude's refers kids that can't go to school because of their immune systems to her. And she has a classroom in one of the suites at the racetrack where she lets kids that are sick, that have cancer or other immune disorders, they can play with one another and be in a safe, healthy environment. But that's what she does twice a week. But she does have well, it's not a little girl anymore, but she's still a little girl in my eyes. She's a teenager now, but she's graduated from Haley's school. She fought leukemia for 3 years and won, but they did a scan at St. Jude's last week, and they have diagnosed her with stage 4 brain cancer after she just won her battle with leukemia. So, sometimes we don't realize how lucky we are, but please, this holiday season, please think of this sweet little girl, Megan, and her family, and say a little prayer for them, and hopefully they can get in there and do some treatments and fix everything, but she's got a long road ahead of her.
Miss Megan, it kind of puts things in perspective, doesn't it?
Oh, it does. It's
Things we think are important aren't really important.
and I have a 7 and 10-year-old children at home, and I couldn't imagine to go through something like that. I really, really couldn't.
So, Miss Megan, we'll fire some prayers. Little Miss Megan, she's from this area?
Yes, she is from here and went several years to Haley's school up at the racetrack, Children Exceeding Expectations. So please remember her in your thoughts and prayers. We enter this holiday season, and just hug your loved ones.
There you go.
Feel fortunate for what you have.
And don't take them for granted.
And absolutely. You can blink and it'll be gone.
I can tell you stories just in the blink of an eye like this. The whole world got turned upside down. So, by the way, you are her agent. What would be the possibility to get Haley here next Thursday?
There's a good chance. She teaches school on Wednesdays and Fridays up there. She just called me. That's why I got her to get on the radio and listen. She was at my son's school, and he's a first grader. And they're learning about robots today and putting in programs to control these robots. And I think she had her mind fried or blown a little bit because the first graders are doing these things that she was just laughing. She said, I can't believe they're doing that already. But yeah, I think, I might be able to twist her arm a little bit, maybe get her here and she can tell a little bit about things going on in her school.
I'm going to roll it out and tell you who's coming here next week. I'm going to try and get this guy on for a couple of weeks, and he's coming here next Thursday. Can't wait. He's a dear, dear friend. You watch him every morning on WJHL. Casey Marlar, big sports guy. And Marlar said he's going to come out here next Thursday and hang out with us for a little while and talk sports. So already looking forward to being here next week on the 22nd. Have Casey Marlar on for WJHL. Hello, Jeff Droke. Appreciate you watching, my friend. We're live at Champion Chevrolet. Again, folks say it's Christmas season. People aren't buying cars and trucks this time of year. You would say, au contraire, they are doing them.
Wow. we've been here. It'll be 10 years in February, and I don't really remember a start to a month like what we've had. And the deals have never been bigger. Deals have never been better. Interest rates have never been lower. We have sold a record amount of cars. We're on the verge of having one of the best months we've ever had. And here it is, December. And usually it's always second half of months are better for us. The first half started off like nothing I've ever seen. It just, from day one, December 1st, it's just taken off like a rocket ship. We're very blessed and have great employees here. And we had our Christmas party last week, and I'm reminded when I see everybody out there in the crowd at the Christmas party, just how lucky we are, and we empower our people, and they all do a phenomenal job for us.
We're talking to Andy Dietrich, and we're live with Champion Chevrolet. So it is a busy, busy month. There's a reason why. I got some great incentives right now. Tell me about it. Would you please?
We have $11,000 off select 2007 Silverado 1500 Cruise and Double Cab All-Star trucks. I've got 30% off on all 2017 Sonic, Sparks, and Impalas. I've got $11,000 off on our remaining 2016 Silverado heavy-duty trucks. And I've got 33% off our remaining 2016 Silverado regular cabs. That's the only 2016 Silverados we have left are all regular cabs. So it's never been a better time. I've never seen rebates and discounts 11, 12. We've got some online or some here on our newspaper ad coming out this weekend. $13,000, $15,000 off MSRP. It's crazy.
And it's good.
It's great.
Now's the time coming in.
How do we do that?
Yeah, how do we do that? Where is he, by the way, today?
He's sitting up there now. He's back.
Oh, I see him. There he is.
He's back.
Commander
How do they do
Covenant.
that? It's back.
You guys are hilarious. You all are hilarious. It's like, what was those guys? Jack Lemmon and Tony. Remember what was the name of that show way back in the day? Walter Matthau and Jack Lemmon, the Odd Couple. I mean, you guys are in a good way.
It's funny. He can do the TV. He likes doing TV spots because if he screws up, they can re-record. And he doesn't like doing live things because he screws up. He's more comfortable doing that. I'm more comfortable doing this. We trade off.
Yeah, you're over here hanging, and he's hanging on TV, and that's okay.
And, I do one ad usually a year, and it's a Super Bowl ad. And that's the one I'll do with him, and we usually do something crazy, like having snow dumped on us, or he's hit me before. He's thrown a football and hit me off guard. It's always something interesting. But yes, we've been very blessed and work well together, and going on 10 years, and he hadn't killed me, so that's good.
There you go. Hello to Lily and Bab. Hello, young lady. Roy Harmon. There's a class act.
Wow, I had lunch with him on Monday.
There you go.
Yeah.
Roy Harmon, class act from the Bank of Tennessee. Goes back a long way.
Great bank, and Bill Green, and they're all great people in Kingsport.
That's where we bank.
Yep.
That's where we bank. Now, we're talking to Andy Dietrich. So, how about that win last night for the Buccaneers, East Tennessee State, going to Mississippi State on the road in an SEC arena and getting a win? That's awesome.
That's exciting. They've had a phenomenal start, and it's exciting that a team here locally, can get behind ETSU and their sports program, and it's a wonderful university. And you see where, they're already sold out for the University of Tennessee game coming here.
Week from tonight.
I've watched on social media where, people are begging for tickets. Can I get a ticket? How do I get a ticket? And I don't even know. I haven't even looked on StubHub to see if they're on there yet. But that's a great problem to have here.
Exactly.
In Johnson City.
No question. And of course, Coach Torbush on the football side out pounding the pavement looking for recruits, and it's busy time for the football team as well. The Lady Bucks having a good start so far to their season. They start conference play here coming up after the Christmas break, so it's all good in Buccaneer land. In fact, we've got Coach Forbes coming to be on the show right after Christmas. He's going to join us one of the days, and Michael White's going to bring him to SID, so we're looking forward to that. Also, you look at Tennessee getting ready. I thought it was a great testament yesterday. They loaded up 4 buses of players and went into Gatlinburg at Rocky Top Sports World and signed autographs for some folks who they need a little pick-me-up. I thought it was great.
And Dobbs has been
touch.
up there several times I've seen on social media where he keeps making appearances and checking on people and offering his assistance.
Yeah, great touch, a class for the Tennessee football team. Go up there and put a smile on some folks' faces. They invited 4,000 elementary students from around the Gatlinburg area to get in there and get a chance to meet the volunteers and Coach Jones. We're talking to Andy Dietrich. We're live here again at Champion Chevrolet. Pre-owned vehicles ready to go. We're talking about the news. Tell me about some of the pre-owned you've got ready to
We're loaded
go off a
down.
lot.
We're loaded down. Woo! Somebody opened that door and it's cold. Some draft coming in here. We're still loaded up with used trucks. If you can't afford a new one right now, I've got used ones in all price ranges, all sizes. I've got SUVs, anything from the size of a Chevrolet Trax, which is a very small SUV, to an Equinox. We've got Acuras and Mercedes and Fords and Dodges. We've got every make and model out here. Where we've been selling so many new cars, we've got a ton of late model, pre-owned, locally owned trade-ins where, we've talked about it. It's been about a month since we talked about it, but if you go to these conglomerate used car stores, they get all their used vehicles from an auction. And most of the time, if a car goes to an auction, it usually has a problem. And, I've been doing this a long time, and that's why you take something to the auction. It's either you can't sell it, there's something wrong with it, or it just needs to go away. And all our cars here, 95% of them have a story behind them, and you can talk to the previous owner and hopefully get the service records on them. Oh, look, Kurt Rose is now watching.
Hello, Kurt Rose.
Yeah, he was doing a deposition earlier. I said I'd give him a little shout out. Great guy, great lawyer in Kingsport. Look him up. He's been a great friend of mine.
Yes, great friend of myself too, and his late father, Steve. Class act.
Yes,
Steve
very
Rose.
good guy. His parents and my parents all were in college together, and I think they've got some wild stories they could share with us.
Kathy
sometime.
Rose.
Yep.
Class act.
Very good.
Kurt's mama. So, yep, good stuff. Good peeps. Again, we're talking to Andy Dietrich. Now, if you're watching on Facebook, I don't know how we can fix this because the shadows always sees just a big silhouette, and you said that's the way you like it.
There we go.
There we go.
Yeah, there's a little better.
There we go.
It's a beautiful day out here. It's deceiving. You walk outside and freeze to death, but it is a beautiful day.
It's all good in the neighborhood. So, again, Champion Chevrolet. So before I let you roll here, again, you can shop online. Of course, I'm a proud card-carrying member of a new pre-owned vehicle. I've had it. I was trying to go back and look. I think September, maybe early October.
Mm-hmm.
Got me one here and love it. Got treated by Ron Dunn and of course Andy and Tim, first class. That's why I'm going to brag on you. Consistently the number 1 and number 2 Chevrolet dealer in the entire state of Tennessee for 37 months running. Is that right?
Yep, it's on and off between us and Memphis, but it's hard when you compare us to Memphis. Memphis is millions of people, and City John City has 60,000, and so it is. We've been very blessed, empower our employees to make decisions, to take care of customers, and do what they have to do.
There you
They're
go.
people's business and their trust.
And you do it well.
Well, thank you.
Come back here a little while, would you? You come back again, do
I
round
think
2.
I'll be here all day,
Yeah.
so you might be able to see me.
Come
again.
on back in here a little while and talk to us some more. Our buddy Andy Dietrich, love having him on, and yeah, he's right. Kurt Rose is a class act, no question about that. Tom Tover Sports Show. Again, we're live here at Champion Chevrolet. Again, a little past 11:30. Again, on this 29 before the hour on this. Again, as he said, a cold and brisk Thursday, down to the teens tonight. Wind chill factor is even down to the single digits.
Kurt says be kind.
Awesome, be kind. Who gave you that
Kurt
one?
says be kind when we were talking about him on the radio.
Who's that, Kurt?
Yeah, Kurt.
Kurt Rose, I'm always going to be kind, Bubba. You're awesome. And your daddy and your mama, just good peeps over there in Kingsport, no question. Again, going to be down to the single digits wind chill factor tonight. But again, tomorrow night's going to start warming up, and by Saturday, 50s and 60s. Yeah, we'll take that for sure. As promised, here is NASCAR driver Denny Hamlin. Ask about his setback as he's getting ready for 2017. All the drivers kind of getting away for the holidays. And right after Christmas, of course, you start your promotional tour. You do a lot of your commercial shooting, all the different PR stuff you have to do with your particular team. In this case, the FedEx Toyota Joe Gibbs Racing. And so they're kind of down for right now after having the banquet at Vegas. Was it last week or week before last? So, again, Denny Hamlin was asked about 2016 rated. And here's what Denny Hamlin had to say about his season here on the Tom Taylor Show. That's Denny Hamlin again, hearing it on the radio. Did not hear it on Facebook. We were working on that again. We're going to try and we will fix it to where you can hear, everybody can hear the same thing at the same time. So, again, Denny Hamlin talking about pretty much what Kurt Busch said, what Brad Keselowski said. They've all said great season, but hey, we didn't win. So the ultimate goal is to win a championship. Only one did that, of course, Jimmy Johnson. So they're gearing up for 2017, which will be here before you know it. We're inside of what, 74 days to the Daytona 500, so it's not that far away. And so gearing up for the 2017 NASCAR, no longer Sprint Cup Series, of course, the NASCAR Monster Energy Series. And so it'll be here before you know it for the NASCAR drivers, because they'll be here before you know it. And while we're thinking about that, what a better day to call and get you some tickets for a Christmas gift for the 2017 racing season. One of our great sponsors, the Bristol Motor Speedway. The adult tickets are ready to go, starting at only $149 for the entire year. You get the Xfinity Cup races, the K&N Pro Series coming in on the spring race, so 3 races in the spring, including the 25th anniversary running of the Food City 500, and then also the night race, the toughest ticket in NASCAR, the Bass Pro Shop NRA night race. And so in the fall, you have, of course, the Food City 300, the Xfinity Series race, the UNOH 200 truck race, and the Bush's Beans 150, and also, of course, the Bass Pro Shop NRA night race. You got 7 total races for a $149 ticket for adults for 2017. And, of course, the new for 2017, kids 12 and under, just $20. And so give them a call. Landon Owen, the director of ticket sales, can be with us next week here on the show. And looking forward to having Landon on. And so the way to do that, very simple. Either go to Bristol Motors, actually 3 ways, bristolmotorspeedway.com, bristoltix.com, T-I-X, or just simply call them at 423 here locally, 423 Bristol on your telephone keypad, and order some tickets and get ready for what should be a fantastic year of racing. Can Jimmy Johnson get that coveted number 8 championship and be the all-time winningest driver as far as championships in the history of the sport? Or somebody else has something to say about that for 2017. Should be a lot of fun, and we'll, again, get ready for that. The Food City 500 coming up in April here, again, in Northeast Tennessee at the world's fastest half mile. Quick break. We'll come right back. More basketball. We got some NBA, some college, and an interesting story about the Buccaneers' next opponent, Morehead State. They play them Saturday at Morehead, Kentucky, and their coach is in hot water. We'll tell you why. He may not even be there by Saturday. We'll have to wait and see. But we'll have your basketball segment coming up next year, along with some high school basketball. We are live at Champion Chevrolet on the Bristol Motor Mile in Johnson City on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Hey, Bubba. Who'd we get? Florence Stevens? Okay. All right. Hey, Facebook friends. Again, hello, Jerry Keller. Hello, Facebook friends. Appreciate you very much. Be sure to like us and share us, please. The Tom Taylor Sports Show. And also on my personal Facebook page, Tom Taylor, and let folks know about the show. We'd appreciate that very much. So like us, and then certainly share us. Pass us on to someone else, and that way the folks, as the audience continues to grow exponentially every day. So we've only been on this Facebook Live for about a week now, so it has gone great guns, and we appreciate that very much. And also, again, like us and share us, and we'd appreciate that very much. We'll be a champion. We are Champion Chevrolet today. Tomorrow, we're off. We're going to be doing some Christmas party activities at the schoolhouse. So we're going to take tomorrow off, and back on Monday, we'll be at Hardee's in Colonial Heights. So we'll be there. And then Tuesday, gosh, I'm trying to think when we're going to be Tuesday. I can tell you real quick in the old planner. Tuesday, we're going to be at Larry Kaiser Nationwide Insurance. Wednesday at Brummett Sports in Elizabethton. Next Thursday, right back at Champion Chevrolet here in Johnson City. And following week, we'll pick back up at Chick-fil-A. Yay, love me some Chick-fil-A. Ooh, me, oh my. Like a hog in a trough. I got over yesterday and drank a lot of tea. All that little lady kept saying, you want more? So, and anyway, there you go. Hello to Erin Powers DeBusk, one of the nicest young ladies you'd ever want to meet. Hello, Erin, and her lovely sister, Ashley. Hello, kids. Hope you guys are having a good day today. And here we go back on radio. We're back again on the Tom Taylor Sports Show live with Champion Chevrolet. Again, don't forget, come by here and check out $11,000 off on a 2017 Silverado 1500 Cruise and double cabs. $11,000 off. Wow. Also, hello to John Tingle from Chick-fil-A in Kingsport. Hello, Mr. John, one of the great guys, too. Also, want to remind you, put a shout out for Locks for Love. Again, grown it. You can see it on the Facebook. Grown it for a purpose. Again, we're grown it to be used for wigs for cancer patients going through chemo radiation. So, big shout out to the American Cancer Society. When it reaches the appropriate length, which is very, very soon, we'll be having it whacked off and starting over. And, of course, we'll let the Gator Man do that down at Cherokee Barbershop. And so, again, a shout-out for the Locks for Love, folks. That's why we're doing this, to grow our hair and to reach the length where we can turn around and give it to somebody who's having a tough way. As you heard Andy say, if you would please send up a prayer to a young lady by the name of Miss Megan. Her last name is irrelevant. Lord knows who she is. And so she was diagnosed with stage 4 brain cancer. So please, I would assume that she's not that old. And so... in fact, I know she's not that old. She's probably a teenager, I think. So please say a prayer for Miss Megan, diagnosed with stage 4 brain cancer, which is not good. And so she has an uphill battle, to say the least. So please fire one up for her, and we'll thank you ahead of time for that. Mr. Ben, hit me the music with my friend. Hit me a little Sweet Georgia Brown again. Here we go. I love basketball. I love Sweet Georgia Brown. Fire that thing up, big dog. Let's let this thing roll. There we go. I love it. Thank you, my friend. Here we go. College basketball last night. 19th ranked Arizona got a win. 4th ranked Baylor defeats Southern University by 30. It was a 73-59 win by the 14th ranked Wisconsin Badgers. 20th ranked St. Mary's, a 22-point win over Western Kentucky. And UCLA blows out University of California, Santa Barbara by 40 at 102-62 in college basketball from yesterday and last night. So let's see who we got going on today. Do we have, that would be the hockey, and this is hockey. I think I put two hockeys together. Good morning. Thank you, Jerry Keller. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Hey, Uncle Tom. Thank you. John Tingle calls me Uncle Tom. Thank you very much, my friend. Appreciate that. So anyway, college basketball, what do I do with it? Good grief, I got more piles of stuff here. All right, see if I can come up with it here in just a second. We'll tell you, last night the Lady Vols came off the snide, ending a 2-game losing streak by defeating the Appalachian State Lady Mountaineers 92-66 at Thompson Bowling Arena. Tennessee 5-4 had reached 4 losses at the earliest part of their season since 1984. So it's been a struggle for the Lady Vols of Holly Warlick. Got a win last night, 92-66 over Appalachian State. They will take on number 10th ranked Stanford on Sunday at Thompson Bowling Arena in Knoxville. That's their next game. Alexa Middleton led Tennessee with 20 points. Diamond DeShields scored 16, but it's a big but. She suffered a right hand injury in the third quarter, which is not good for the Lady Vols of Tennessee. So that's what's happening there in terms of women's college basketball. Again, big win, but could be a costly win for the Lady Vols of the University of Tennessee. What in the world did I do with the college basketball schedule for tonight? Top 25, I had it. Trying to think what I did with it. By the way, Ben Foy, who got qualified at 21 before the hour? Who got qualified to win free cold cash tomorrow? Hello, Florence. This is Elvis. How you doing? Hello, Florence. I don't do that very good, do I? I need to come up with, I can't, I'm just not doing it. I just ain't feeling it. So, I keep trying. I'm getting better, but no, probably not. But anyway, thanks. You're very kind, but no, probably not. NBA, let's run this down for you. This is basketball right here. NBA from last night. Your winner is Washington, Toronto, also the Miami Heat, the Clippers last night. The Nets beat the Lakers. Also in NBA play, the Rockets over the Kings. Grizzlies beat the Cavaliers. LeBron and the boys go down. It was a 93-85 win by the Grizzlies. Also the Pistons over the Mavericks. Jazz beat the Thunder. My Spurs over the Celtics, 108-101. Tonight, Chicago, Milwaukee, the Spurs in Phoenix, Indiana, the Pacers in New Orleans, Portland at Denver, and Golden State, Steph Curry and the boys hosting Carmelo Anthony and the New York Knickerbockers coming up again for tonight in the NBA. When my boys play again, the Kentucky Wildcats. You like the Wildcats, Ben? Are you a Kentucky Wildcat guy? Oh, man. I love John Calipari. Them boys can play, even though they got beat by UCLA last week. I was talking to my buddy Clark Powers. He said, boy, they should have got beat. They just didn't play very well. And I said, Coach, you'll be all right. And so they've got, I believe they've got North Carolina coming in this weekend. They're playing North Carolina somewhere. So anyway, Kentucky basketball, I had that here and the top 25 schedule and kind of escaped me. But anyway, let me tell you the story about Morehead State. Again, that's the opponent next coming up for the Buccaneers of East Tennessee State. Morehead State head basketball coach Sean Woods can find himself in even hot water after the parent of one of his players told ESPN that Woods headbutted his son. That's not good. Ben, if I came up and headbutted you, it probably wouldn't be a good thing, would it? It's not a good thing. Yeah, I figured it'd be a fight. You're right in the middle of the studio. The alleged incident occurred last season was followed by an immediate apology from Woods. My question is, why now? Why are we coming out now if it happened last season? The father of Edson Maitland, the father of Malik Maitland. And so Woods suspended indefinitely by the university on November the 22nd this year for the alleged assaulting Maitland and also another teammate during a game on November the 19th. He was officially charged Tuesday with misdemeanor battery resulting in bodily harm against Woods. Again, according to the court documents, Malik Maitland told police Woods backhanded him in the chest during halftime, causing pain. Now, I don't know how big this guy is, but for me to backhand you in the chest to cause you pain, I'm thinking, really? I mean, he sucker punch you, drop you to the floor, but to take the back of my hand and smack you in the chest, causing pain? What do you think, Ben? I'm thinking, I think he's a sissy is what I think. So, anyway, Woods got shoved him twice during the game, once during a timeout, once in the locker room. Am I condoning what he's doing? No, but to backhand a big old basketball player in the chest and hit him, and causing pain, maybe so. I don't know. You'd have to smack me pretty hard in my chest for it to hurt. But anyway, this is not the first time he's violated the trust, because last year during the season, he headbutted my son and turned around and asked him to forgive him. He apologized. My son accepted his apology, said he would never do it again. As for the school, this parent says, I'm still waiting for a response from them and to take corrective action and appropriate action without any form of delay. Saying they're still investigating is ridiculous. As for all the assistants that are there working, I'm appalled because they are an extension of Coach Woods, and I think the NCAA should step in and take appropriate action. This, again, is the parent of this young man that plays for Morehead State. Again, the Buccaneers played there on Saturday, ETSU. Woods, who played at Kentucky from 1988 to 1992, 77-70 in 5 seasons with Morehead State. The Eagles, 23 wins last season, the most during his tenure. So, anyway, he's in hot water. Again, the Bucs go there Saturday. He may or may not. I would think the pressure is going to be on them to do something to this guy. The pressure on the athletic department. And again, I'm not condoning what he did at all, but again, to get slapped across the chest a year ago, and we're just now reporting it. So, I don't know. Hello, Eric Light. Yeah, maybe the old ace in the whole thing. I don't know. If you hit me in the chest, number one, you hurt pain, you cause pain. I'm going to do something right then and there. Either I'm going to go to whoever's over this coach, in this case, the athletic director. I'm not going to wait a year to report it. So, anyway, there's more to it, obviously, that I think than's being said. So we'll have to wait and see. But it is that which it is. Also, the National Basketball Association and the National Basketball Players Association announcing they have a tentative agreement to come to terms on a new collective bargaining agreement. It will have to be ratified by the players and team owners, but many say it's a mere formality. It's going to be okay. It will be in order to give both sides enough time to review the terms of the agreement and to vote to ratify. The parties have agreed to extend the mutual deadline from today, December the 15th, to January 13th of next year. Specific terms will be made available at a later date. So, good news if you're an NBA fan. Looks like they're going to vote that in, and they're going to move right on and not have any stoppage of work with the National Basketball Association. Hey, the champion Chevrolet Shootout at Science Hill is tomorrow night and Saturday. Cleveland 9-0 coming to town, while Oak Ridge is 8-0. Knox Fulton weighs in at 3-0. Science Hill takes on Fulton tomorrow night at 8 o'clock, and then tangles Oak Ridge at 4 o'clock on Saturday. Cleveland plays Oak Ridge in the first game tomorrow night at 5 o'clock, and then the Fulton on Saturday at 1 o'clock. On the girls' side, the undefeated Fulton ladies will come to town. They're 6-0 in battle Science Hill's Lady Hilltoppers at 6:30 tomorrow night. Science Hill gets Oak Ridge, but undefeated. They're 7-1, but undefeated against Tennessee opponents on Saturday at 2:30. Good opportunity for folks get out and watch some good basketball. So, again, for the guys, Cleveland, Oak Ridge, Fulton, and Science Hill. On the girls' side, Fulton, Science Hill, Oak Ridge, and Cleveland as well. So those folks are coming to town to play basketball on Friday and Saturday at Freedom Hall. I'm sorry, at the Topper Palace, rather. The Champion Chevrolet Shootout tomorrow night and Saturday, again at the Topper Palace here in Johnson City. And so also on the girls' side, the 21st Annual Frank Doc Maples Holiday Hoops Tournament coming up next weekend at Viking Hall in Bristol. Joining Tennessee I's Lady Vikings in this year's field of Virginia's Lee and Hidden Valley, West Virginia's St. Joseph's, and South Carolina's Woodruff High School. Also in the mix are Unaka, Sullivan East, and Volunteer. That'll be next weekend, again at Viking Hall in Bristol. But again, this weekend, Cleveland, Oak Ridge, Knox, Fulton, and Science Hill going to flip-flop and play each other in the Champion Chevrolet Shootout at Science Hill tomorrow and Saturday. Basketball from last night, not a whole lot going on Wednesday night. It's church night, should be in church anyway. Not a whole lot happening. They did have in Virginia High the Bearcat Invitational. Northwood beat Marion. Richlands defeated University High. Twin Valley beat Patrick Henry, and Happy Valley defeated John Battle. In boys action tonight, there at the Bearcat Invitational, Virginia High, you've got Northwood against Sullivan South. Happy Valley battles Chilhowie. The host school of the Virginia High Bearcats will be playing host to Twin Valley, and Richlands takes on Honaker tonight. All that going on at the Bearcat Invitational at Virginia High in Bristol, Virginia. Of course, a whole slew of basketball tomorrow night happening on a typical Friday night in Northeast Tennessee and Southwest Virginia. Quick break. We'll come right back. It's 13 before the hour. Top of the hour, going to be joined by Carmichael. Ready to go. He's got trivia. He said the topic this week, the category I'm going to be going on for trivia is teammates. I don't know what that means, but well, I do know what it means, but it's going to be interesting to do the trivia on that one. So we will do the trivia at the top of the hour and see how I do. We'll go 5 true and false. Last week we played and won for Lane Powers in Kingsport. We call her the Kentucky Ridge Runner, and so we went 5 for 5 and got her the prize pack. And so we're going to try for someone else today, and we'll do that coming up here in just a little while. 12 before the hour, cold out there, bundle up. It's going to be a cold, cold night around Northeast Tennessee and Southwest Virginia, Western North Carolina, but it is going to warm up again into the 50s and low 60s by Saturday. I'm all about that. Going to mow the yard on Saturday. Going to mow one more time, get all the leaves up out of the yard. Quick break. We'll be right back. We'll take a look at college football and also the National Football League. We got a story on my team, the Raiders. We'll talk about my boys from Oakland. Also, Thursday night football tonight, the Rams and the Seahawks in Seattle. All that coming up next year on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, live from Champion Chevrolet in Johnson City on AM 790 WETB. Oh, okay. Yeah, you better give that to me. That'd be good. 274-7865. All right, we'll do Facebook here real quick. Hello to Aaron Powers the Busk down yonder. I guess you're in Cleveland, wherever you are, and I hope you're having a great Thursday. Be sure and follow the show. Hello to Eric Light and Coach John Tingle. Again, Uncle Tom just checking in with you. Thank you, John Tingle. Follow the show on Facebook on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Be sure and follow it and like it and share it, please. And also on Twitter at Tom Taylor Sports. Also, please follow me on the personal Facebook page as well, Tom Taylor. And so we would appreciate that very much. Off tomorrow. Taking tomorrow off to hang out with the little people. And there are school Christmas parties going on when they let out of school half a day. So we'll take tomorrow off, be back ready to go. On Monday, we'll be at Hardee's in Colonial Heights broadcasting live. So we've hooked up with Hardee's and Food City and Champion Chevrolet and Chick-fil-A. So we're having a big time. There's my man, Sean Austin, in the house, ladies and gentlemen. The dog, he's the dog. He's a Raiders guy right here. This guy, one of the few guys in this area that like the Raiders. So anyway, you doing good?
I'm doing good.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm glad you work here, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Good job.
You know, you ready to go? You ready for football season again? We're right back at it.
You got it. Be pumping it.
Yeah. I
Pumping.
need you out there, though. Seriously.
Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Thanks for being with us. Let's take a look at some college football and also some National Football League news. And, well, we have told you it's been an ongoing soap opera between San Diego and the Oakland Raiders and the Los Angeles Rams. Of course, the Rams are there. The NFL has designated another slot for another NFL team to go into L.A. And so first it's going to be San Diego, then it's going to be Oakland. San Diego, again, they had a chance to vote it in last month to the taxpayers to vote in a tax increase for the citizens of San Diego to build a new stadium in San Diego and not go to L.A. The voters turned that down. Oakland steps up yesterday and says we got $1.3 billion. We're going to pledge to keep Oakland, led by former Raider Ronnie Lott, to keep the Raiders in Oakland. Well, Roger Goodell, the commissioner, stepped in and thrown cold water all over this. This guy's a piece of work. He sat back and let these folks go through all these steps and jump through all these hoops that he said they would have to do, and so they did it. Now he comes back and says there are currently no acceptable stadium solutions in either Oakland or San Diego. That's nice. Roger Goodell tells reporters, quote, "These issues have been going on for an awful long time. The challenges of getting stadiums built is something we've worked very hard on. We've made, I think, tremendous progress. We have not made great progress in Oakland or San Diego. There is not, I repeat, there is not a stadium proposal on the table that we think addresses the long-term issues of the clubs and the community, so we need to continue to work at it." Roger Goodell goes on to say, "As you know, and we feel strongly we want to keep our teams where they are. Relocations are painful and are something we want to avoid at all costs." Hello, Chuck Carroll. "We're committed to continuing to work with those communities to find those solutions, and we will do that." So Roger Goodell throws water all over this. The Chargers look like they're going to pull out and go to San Diego, or from San Diego to Los Angeles. The Raiders being courted very heavily by Las Vegas. You know, the Las Vegas voters, the first phase, what they had to do, they did. And so Mark Davis, the Raiders owner, pledging to move his team to Vegas. And now Roger Goodell, with another party trying to keep him in Oakland, says there are no acceptable stadium solutions in either Oakland or San Diego. So he's kind of muddied the waters here right before Christmas. So we'll see how it's going to go. But I would think that was very disheartening for the San Diego folks and the Oakland folks going forward. NFL football tonight, you've got the Los Angeles Rams at Seattle with their coach John Fassel, the interim coach. The Rams are at 4-8. Seattle at 8-4-1. They'll play that one in Seattle tonight. 8:25 kickoff. And again, the Rams, as we told you earlier in the week, are wearing their color rush uniforms this season due to the Seattle Seahawks donning lime green tonight. That won't stop LA from adding a bit of nostalgia to its look. The Rams will be throwback to their blue and white color scheme, going back to the 60s and 70s when Roman Gabriel and the late Deacon Jones were leading the team. And so the Rams play the Seahawks tonight with new uniforms or different uniforms. I don't think this will make any difference. They're 4-8, and the Seahawks are 8-4-1, and so we'll see how that goes tonight for the Rams. I don't think it's going to be very good. Seahawks with Russell Wilson, looks like they should on paper win easily, but if you don't play them on paper, obviously you play them on the field. Carmichael joins us coming up at the top of the hour at 6 before the hour of 12 o'clock. We're live at Champion Chevrolet on the Bristol Motor Mile in Johnson City. We thank you for being with us. Some college football notes, some coaches. The carousel continues to go around and around. Some more changes. Of course, Lane Kiffin, as we told you earlier in the week, and everybody knows, but now going to Florida Atlantic. Richmond has hired Russ Huseman from Chattanooga to coach its football team. Huseman will be introduced at a news conference. He replaces Danny Rocco, who left for Delaware after going 43 and 22 and 5 seasons. Huseman, who is a alum of Chattanooga, went 59 and 37 in 8 years with the Moccasin football team. He leaves to be now the head coach of the Richmond Spiders. So Russ Huseman leaving Chattanooga to be the new coach for the University of Richmond. LSU hiring Pittsburgh offensive coordinator Matt Canada away from the Panthers in hopes he can make the LSU run-heavy offense more dynamic and productive against some of the nation's better defenses. So Matt Canada leaving Pittsburgh for the Panthers and the college ranks to now be the offensive coordinator at LSU. Western Kentucky has a new coach. Their athletic director, Todd Stewart, has hired Mike Sanford as the football coach. Sanford, who's 34 years old, has spent the past 2 seasons as Notre Dame's offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach. Sanford replaces Jeff Brome, who left Western Kentucky last week to take Purdue's head coaching job. So it's kind of the domino effect. And so this one leaves, this one comes. So, again, You have Mike Sanford, the new football coach of the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers, replacing Jeff Brome, who left Western Kentucky last week, now be the new coach at Purdue. And still out there, and interestingly enough, yet to land anywhere, is Les Miles. A lot of folks thought he was going to be rumored to be the man to be the new coach at the University of Purdue, Purdue University, and that was not the case. Obviously, they've hired Jeff Brome away from Western Kentucky, so Les Miles still without a home. Interesting to see. How about this for a turn of events? What would be the probability or the likelihood Nick Saban would get Les Miles to be his offensive coordinator, and would he go? I think that'd be an interesting chain of events or turn of events, but right now Les Miles still has not been picked up. The coach who got fired earlier in the season from LSU, won a national championship for him, a couple of SEC titles, still not a coaching position for him right now. Would that not be crazy that Saban goes and gets in to replace Lane Kiffin to be the new offensive coordinator? Obviously, with Nick Saban, stranger things have happened, I can tell you that. So anyway, we'll have to wait and see, but that's food for thought. But again, Les Miles still out there. And the guy got that tremendously big payout to walk away from the LSU program. He may not be in any hurry to get a new job because he's getting paid pretty handsomely to sit at home and decorate the Christmas tree and drink some eggnog and do whatever he does. So I guess he's going to be okay. Ben Foy with us again at 3 before the hour. If you would, please, another weather forecast update. It's, again, cold out there. It's going to be cold today. It's going to be cold tonight. Going to warm back up and kind of moderate our temperatures on Saturday. Again, a forecast for us, would you please, my friend, producer extraordinaire Ben Foy. What do you got for us? There you go, a little bit more seasonable. Yep, again, our first day of winter coming up next Wednesday, so we're not there yet, but it's sure feels like winter out there today. Hello to Bobby Moppin. I believe Bobby's in Nashville watching the show on Facebook Live. Thank you, my friend. On the ice tonight, by the way, we didn't tell you a few minutes ago, the National Hockey League, we didn't run down for you. No, the Predators are red hot. They're skating tonight. We'll tell you about that. Also, we've got some more news in college football. And look right here. Here's what I've been looking for. Look here, Ben. You can't see it, but that would come as a surprise to you, but our stacks of stuff. And so anyway, last night on the ice, you had Philadelphia skating past the Colorado Avalanche. The Sharks skated past the Senators, the Boston Bruins, the Penguins. Penguins got them 4-3 in overtime. And the Lightning skated past the Flames in the National Hockey League tonight. Anaheim skates at Boston. The Blackhawks in New York against the Islanders. Arizona, Toronto. Los Angeles, Detroit. The St. Louis Blues at home against New Jersey. Florida, Winnipeg. The Minnesota Wild will be in Nashville to skate against the Predators at 8 o'clock tonight. And the New York Rangers in Dallas to skate against the Stars in the National Hockey League. Again, Minnesota, University of Minnesota bouncing around here. More college football, suspending 10 of its football players from all team activities. Again, the University of Minnesota. And that's not the first time. The 4 of these guys have been suspended out of the 10 this season, so I'm going to go ahead and make a prediction they're not going to be on the team much longer. 10 of them being suspended, 4 of those are repeat offenders. And so Minnesota plays Washington State in the Holiday Bowl on December the 27th without 10 of their guys, so they're going to be a depleted team to say the least. And so one of the victims has got a restraining order against 4 of the players. And so unspecified violation of team rules. So Minnesota, the Golden Gophers, without 10 of their players. 4 of these guys are repeat offenders. So, again, we'll see how that's going to affect them. You know how it's going to affect them. Again, playing Washington State on the Holiday Bowl on December the 27th. Hello to Charles Edwin Tony. Hello, my friend listening and watching in Bristol. We appreciate you very much. And Bobby Moppin in Nashville watching us on Facebook Live. Well, you have Lane Kiffin at Florida Atlantic. The first thing he did was the wrong thing. He's already catching heat right out of the chute. He has signed former Florida State quarterback DeAndre Johnson with Florida Atlantic. DeAndre, of course, this is the guy. They had a video of him punching a woman in the face at a Tallahassee, Florida bar, charged with a misdemeanor battery, and later went on ABC's Good Morning America to apologize. Johnson claimed the woman was shouting racial slurs at him. So DeAndre Johnson has been signed by Lane Kiffin So right out of the chute, this guy's like Donald Trump. He can't do anything right, and so right out of the chute, he has went after a young man who's had a checkered past and is in trouble, and so Johnson, who took an unofficial visit to, is that me beeping? Is it really? Oh, top of the hour. I'm sorry, it's 12 o'clock. Johnson, who took an unofficial visit to Alabama last February, coached by offensive coordinator Clint Trickett. And so Trickett's brother Travis was the Florida Atlantic offensive coordinator under former coach Charlie Partridge. And so DeAndre Johnson signed to go with Lane Kiffin, and immediately he is, they're all over him about that. So we'll talk to Carmichael about that coming up here in a few minutes. So there you go. There you go. Hello to Jim Vault. Our boy Horace is watching down in Greenville. Also, Greg Sauer is watching. Greg, normally our Major League Baseball update guys, watching us in Bristol today. And so we're live here at Champion Chevrolet. We're at the top of the hour. Listen to AM 790 WETV, Johnson City, Kingsport, Bristol. Again, we're live at Champion Chevrolet. We'll take a quick break, come right back. He's settling in. He's warming up. He's ready to go. Our buddy Carmichael in here next. The trivia is, what'd you say, teammates? Teammates.
It's all coming off the top of my head.
We got Elizabethan twins. The Charles Edwin Tony is really the Hall of Fame Reedy Tony. That's what I thought. Our great tennis coach up at Tennessee High in Bristol, Reedy Tony. And so we're going to take a break, come right back, and we will jump in and talk Elizabethan twin baseball, college football, Lane Kiffin. We're going to throw him at Carmichael and get his take on things. The Predators skating tonight against the Minnesota Wild in Nashville. So lots going on. We'll find out about that from Carmichael coming up next here from Champion Chevrolet. You're listening to the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
I work with Jim Vault.
How you doing, sir?
Just fine.
What's your name?
Roy Rucker.
You're Roy Rucker.
Yes.
From Jim Vault.
Yeah.
Good. So you're back.
No, I work with him.
Yeah, but I mean, you came back up here and
Yes, sir.
you're looking at a truck?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Very good. So, have you met Tim, the owner? Oh, you've been, okay. Well, I was just asking about you today. I wondered what was going on. So you're back. Good.
I'm back. It's good to see you.
They're taking care of you?
Yeah, they are.
There you go.
Thanks, sir.
Roy Rucker. Hey, I like the beanie. Sharp looking.
Thank you.
Sharp dressed man.
Thank you.
So your buddies with Jim Vault?
Yep.
I'm sorry.
You know what? He said the same thing about you.
It goes both ways. There you go. Good to see you, sir. Hey, Carmichael, a.k.a. Spanky. How are you? Yes, touchstones. I'm sorry, Ben. Let me set the timer here. What's 59, 58? What is it? 58. 58, and we'll hit it right. Hey, Facebook folks, again, follow the show on Facebook at Tom Taylor Sports Show, and also share us and like us, and also on Twitter at Tom Taylor Sports. Don't forget to follow the personal Facebook page, too, at Tom Taylor, obviously. So thank you very much, Ken. Thank you enough for the growth here in the last couple of weeks. So, again, folks all over the place are watching the show, and ladies and gents. And again, hello to Aaron Powers DeBusk, and think the world of her and her sister Ashley Powers, and, of course, Clark and the Kentucky Ridge Runner, Miss Elaine. They're good peeps. And so I want to say hello to you folks. Also to Reedy Tony up in Bristol, the fantastic Dynasty tennis coach. So anyway, appreciate all you folks. Touchstones coming up on the radio to win some money. So be listening. Here we go. Touchstones, light us up. Be like Florence Stevens of Johnson City. Call right now. Make it easy for you. Caller number 2, 929-7900. Giving away cold cash for Christmas. We'll give it away tomorrow. And so, actually, won't give it away tomorrow. Not doing the show tomorrow. Giving away Monday. Going to be giving away on Monday. 929-7900. Caller number 2. Call us and get registered to win some cold cash. 929-7900 is the number to call. We appreciate that very much. Just met Roy Rucker here in the showroom. Roy's up here. Looks like he's going to make a purchase here at Champion Chevrolet, and that's a good thing. So hello to Roy, and got a chance to meet him a few minutes ago. Reedy Tony says send Graham Clark a new truck from Champion. Yeah, he's still driving around that old clunker, but he loves driving that truck. He's a nice one. So is this guy right here, our buddy Carmichael. Good afternoon, sir. How you doing?
Doing fine on the frozen, as Ray Scott would say, the frozen tundra of Johnson City, Tennessee today.
Well, he was a great announcer, wasn't he?
Oh yes, had that style. First down, Packers.
First down, Packers. Yep. The late Ray Scott. Wow. You remember Frank Gleber? Remember that guy too?
Yes, he was another former Dallas, just like Vern Lundquist. All these guys. Frank Gleber was former Dallas Cowboy announcer, moved from the Cowboys to CBS. Vern Lundquist became the Cowboy announcer, moved from the Cowboys to CBS. But they kept Brad Sham. Brad's been down there like he took over from Vern, and he's been there ever since for the Cowboys.
Carmichael and I did radio together. How many years ago when we did the Bucks together? I was doing
30 plus years.
No, it's not. 30 years we were together?
No,
30 years ago?
Yes, 1985. Yes.
It's been that long ago?
Yes.
Lord have mercy, I'm getting old. We did the Bucks 30 years ago.
Yes.
Good grief. Let me turn this around. We got a glare in the studio here. Let's see if I can get you a little closer.
1985, the 0-10-1 season of Blue Thunder.
Blue Thunder. Can I see you, or are you just a silhouette?
Yes.
Can you see yourself?
Barely.
All right.
See that? I can see that gray hair.
There you go. Get a little closer. See, we got a glare.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that was a little bit better.
Got a little glare, and we got to fix
bit
this.
better.
Get some lighting in here. But the showroom, the sun's popping in, so a little bit of a glare. But we're back here again talking to my man Carmichael. All right, so here we go. We're going to hit a lot of different topics. We'll start with Lane Kiffin, Florida Atlantic. First thing he does is sign his kid DeAndre Johnson from your team, the Seminoles of Florida
We
State.
bounced from the
Yeah.
football team.
And so you all sent him packing. So
He had some affiliation with the coach's name. You said at Florida Atlantic was Charlie Partridge. Was that Charlie Partridge in a pear tree, or Charlie, or was that Charlie the Partridge family?
oh Lord have mercy! What a way to start the segment.
Ring the bell, yeah.
There, ring the bell. There you go, Charlie Partridge. Anyway,
There was Lane's. You know, I think Lane's maybe he's going to become the next Jerry Tarkanian of college football, the Father Flanagan. You know, take those lost souls and try to mold them into a group of men. I have no idea.
but did he do wrong? I mean, the guys, you know, he was. I don't know if he ever served any time. I mean, I don't know whatever happened. Did they drop the charge on this guy?
I think the charges got dropped.
Okay,
And they just threw him off the team, and he went to junior college, and Lane just signed. I mean, you know. That's,
So what's wrong with that? I don't understand.
Exactly, but that's Lane's going to get attacked. It doesn't matter what happens.
He's the Donald Trump of college football. He can't do anything right. I'm telling you.
He got, the reason he didn't get the Houston job was he got such poor recommendations from Tennessee. What a shock. And USC, another what a shock. I mean, they fired USC. They fired him on the tarmac.
So what do you think? Do you think this guy can do it? You think he's a?
I think Lane can turn. I think he's there to try to develop Florida Atlantic, get him keep rehabilitating his image, and build Florida Atlantic. You got to remember Howard Snellenberger got that program up and running down there several years ago, and became a program on the rise. It's fallen a little bit here in the last year or two. But, he's hoping there's so many great athletes in the state of Florida. I mean, you're not only competing with Florida State, Miami, you're also competing with Central Florida, South Florida, and you're like the sixth major school in the state that plays major college football.
Hello to Jeremiah Clark. Greetings from snowy Cleveland, Ohio. He's watching on Facebook Live in Cleveland, and of course,
hello, Cleveland.
Hello, Cleveland. I'm glad he's up there, and I'm not up there. I tell you, that's cold up on that lake. That wind blowing that ice and snow. But
that is
hello to Jeremiah.
Beautiful downtown.
Oh, it is beautiful.
Cleveland
Yes.
has a special place for me after dealing with my cancer 4 years ago. So
there you go, Cleveland Clinic.
Cleveland Clinic.
There you go. Got to give him a little shout out. So you are a cancer survivor, correct?
Cancer survivor from 2012.
There you go. We're glad he is because he's still around talking sports. So you look at Lane Kiffin. Moving on now, who will be the logical? Okay, let me ask you this question. I've talked about this a couple of guys this week here on the show. You take Kiffin, who has agreed, and he should, to be the offensive coordinator. The season's over with the playoffs and the national title chase for Alabama. But in the same time, he is now the new head coach at Florida Atlantic with recruiting, trying to put together a coaching staff. How do you juggle this? How do you do both? Because Saban obviously very demanding as the offensive coordinator at Alabama, and he should be, trying to win another national championship. How do you balance that if you're Lane Kiffin?
Well, you're working a day for Alabama. They're still paying you till the end of January. That was a thing a lot of people didn't realize maybe. His contract was up in January, and there were really hints that he was not going to be rehired at Alabama. So he'll work during the day, get to work and get the bowl game going, do that, and then at night he will be putting together staff, trying to go out and recruit, I mean, that will be he'll for the next few weeks will be an 18 to 19 hour a day job.
Sarkisian now on staff at Alabama. Is there something in the works here? Could he be the new offensive coordinator?
It's possible. He comes from a checkered past. I mean, the allegations and I guess maybe the facts about his drinking at both Washington and USC is something that I'm sure has to bother Saban, but he's a possibility to be in line as the next coordinator down at Alabama.
Talking about the coaching carousel in college football, again, you had Huseman leaving Chattanooga to go to Richmond. You've got a young man that's going in, Sanford going into Western Kentucky. Brome left to go to Purdue. All these guys are flying around. Les Miles, nobody's picking this guy up. Is he not out there for the taking? What's going on?
There was something I saw earlier in the week. Would Les Miles be the guy to replace Lee Corso with College Game Day? Now, watching Miles, you don't think of him as somebody, a TV guy, but I mean, who knows? And maybe Les is just going to take a complete year away from everything and wait till there's a perfect job for him. I think of Les Miles as being a Big Ten coach. Now you can say, well, Purdue was open. Purdue was trying to move away from. Purdue was wanting something drastic. They've been so bad for so long, and they were looking for somebody to throw the football to get away from that typical Big Ten 3 yards in a cloud of dust. But I think that is Les Miles' strength. So who knows what's going to happen at Michigan State over the next year or so? Maybe he's waiting to take a possible look at that job. Maybe he's really playing his cards and hoping Harbaugh, even though Harbaugh denies it, maybe Harbaugh leaves Michigan, and here once again the Michigan job comes open, and he's an alum of Michigan.
No, that's a good point because Mark D'Antonio can ill afford to have another bad season in Michigan State, no question. So
can't get that far behind in the state of Michigan in recruiting. And like I say, with Harbaugh, Harbaugh's a Michigan guy, and I get maybe a dream to go back to Michigan. But I think Harbaugh has an ego, like most coaches do, and I think he sees himself as an NFL coach. And I think one day he'll end up back in the NFL.
We're talking to Carmichael, talking sports at Champion Chevrolet. Hello to Liz Hamilton yonder in Eastern Kentucky. What a nice lady you are, and we appreciate you watching us when you get a chance, and we thank you for that. Talking to Carmichael, so Jeff Fisher's gone, as we know, at L.A. Some of the players have come out and said, we did this guy a disservice. We didn't play as hard as we could, and kind of taken up for him. So Fassel's your interim.
But I think he's been in the NFL coaching 22 years. He's only had 7 winning seasons in 22 years. I mean, really, if you only had 7 winning seasons in Major League Baseball in 22 years, you wouldn't have a job. I mean, you wouldn't. Well, number one, you probably wouldn't be managing that long. But he's been on the rules committee. Jeff's a respected person in the NFL.
Just doesn't win.
He just doesn't win.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's had Steve McNair, he's had Vince Young, just didn't win.
We're talking again to Carmichael. We're live at Champion Chevrolet. Again, reminding you got the sale prices, and they've been selling. In fact, the gentleman up here buying a truck today as we were talking. And so here it is right here, $11,000 off 2017s now. These aren't 14s, 15s, 16s. They're long gone. $11,000 off 2017 Silverado 1500 Cruise and double cabs. 30% off all the 2017 Sonics, the Chevrolet Sparks, the Chevrolet Impalas. 33% off of all the 2016 Silverado regular cabs, what they've got left. Andy Dietrich's going to join us again coming up here in a few minutes. We're live here again talking to Carmichael at Champion Chevrolet on the Bristol Motor Mile here in Johnson City. So you look, Fisher's gone. Fassel's your temporary or interim coach. They play tonight in Seattle. 8-4-1 Seahawks, 4-8 Rams. Could be a butt whooping for the Rams. You think?
It's going to be a long night. It's going to be a long night in Seattle.
Sleepless in Seattle.
You know what? The Sounders will have my Sounders who won the soccer championship this past weekend. They didn't have a shot on goal until the penalty kicks. They've got more offense than the Rams right now.
There you go. Wow, we're talking to Carmichael again. We're live at Champion Chevrolet. So let's see, my other topics I want to bring up. The Raiders and the Chargers, Goodell comes out and says we have no stadium plans approved in either city. So all this work they're trying to get done to get trying to keep Oakland in Oakland now. San Diego, their voters, the citizens of San Diego went to the polls on Election Day and voted against the tax increase so they could build a stadium downtown San Diego. So you've got two teams still without a home. The Raiders, Mark Davis says we're going to Vegas. Oakland, led by a group of businessmen, led by former Raider Ronnie Lott, says we want to keep them in Oakland. So then Goodell comes out yesterday and says we have no stadium approval plans in either city. So it's like, who's on first right now? What you got?
They're going to Vegas.
Yeah.
There's no doubt, because you're going to have the Oakland Raiders playing in Vegas. You've got the hockey team already there. David Beckham has been having problems getting a stadium built in Miami for Major League Soccer. He has a franchise whenever he can get a stadium built somewhere, and he's been talking to the people in Las Vegas. So it won't surprise me that MLS goes into Las Vegas as well. So that's and here's who I feel bad for. It's not just it's the Raiders trying to get a stadium built. Nobody talks about the Athletics. All those years Billy Bean's been there, nobody talks about building the stuff. They wanted to go to San Jose, and the Giants wouldn't let them because it's the
competition.
Yeah. Right. And it's like, you can stay in Oakland, but you can't go to San Jose, which that's what they wanted to do, build a park out there near where the Sharks play. And they can't. And they're wanting to build a stadium for the Raiders, but they're not wanting to do anything for the Athletics. So that's why I think they'll end up in Vegas.
Talking to Carmichael, again, we're live here at Champion Chevrolet, talking about NFL football. The Raiders and the Chargers looking for a home, and so the Rams are there. Of course, they're so poorly attended because they're so bad right now. As you said, Todd Gurley said the offense for the Rams is like a middle school offense. So see how they do tonight against the Seattle Seahawks. Cowboys, your Cowboys, Jerry Jones, either he stirred it up or the media stirred it up. Dak Prescott, a couple of back-to-back poor performances, and all of a sudden, where's Romo? And is that being driven by the media or driven by Jerry Jones?
The media. I mean, number one, the backup quarterback, it doesn't matter what town you're in or what college team college or pro team, backup quarterback's the most popular player on the team. And when you're struggling, even I thought Sunday night, if it wasn't such a cold night, I think maybe Jason Garrett might have went to Romo, might have said, you know what, we need a spark. We need something that's going to get the offense going. I really think Sunday night, if they don't get the offense moving by halftime, I wouldn't be surprised the second half if you don't see Tony Romo come out. Number one, you got to see what you got with him. You got to let him play sometime, I think.
See if he's still got it.
See if he's still got it, because what happens if you get in the playoffs and Dak Prescott gets hurt? Now you got a guy who's not played all year long, and you're now throwing him into the playoffs. If they're not moving the ball to Sunday night, why not take a chance, see what he can do, see if he can play? Just see what you've got. I mean, you've got to find out what you've got in him. He's not played all year long.
Quiz show coming up in a few minutes. Teammates is the 5 questions, true or false. We're going to try and win, and we may pull in Mr. Copenhagen to help me out as a ringer to see if we can go 5 for 5. Like we did last week, we won for Lane Powers over in Kingsport. So I've got a contestant coming up here we're going to be playing for in just a few minutes. Hello to Kim Witherspoon. Hello, young lady. Appreciate you watching on live stream, on Facebook. Jeff Droke says, bring me a new vet. Droke, if you come right up here in the showroom at Champion. Carmichael, what color do you call that? Is that charcoal?
Yeah, charcoal gray. Yeah.
Charcoal vet, man. It's beautiful right here in the showroom. And so they got your name right here. It says Droke right down the side of the vet, Jeff. So bring your checkbook, come up here and buy this beautiful vet in the showroom here at Champion Chevrolet. I was talking to Andy earlier in the month. They've sold a pile of vets here in December. We had him on earlier in the show. We're going to have him back on here in a few minutes. This is off to one of the best December they've ever had.
And I'm sure they've got great financing that you can get.
Oh, absolutely.
That you can get a vehicle. So, yeah, this time of year to come in here in December, get yourself a nice Christmas present.
That's it. Bring your checkbook, come in here, and get you a beautiful machine, a Champion Chevrolet ride, or Cadillac here at Champion Chevrolet Cadillac in the Bristol Motor Mile, Johnson City.
Like I said, home run hitters drive singles hitters drive little cars, home run hitters drive Cadillacs.
My man Carmichael. All right, so let's take a look again in Major League Baseball and a little closer to home. Elizabethton Twins announcing they're back for another year. Twins going to stay in Elizabethton with the hopes of getting that new upgrade to the O'Brien Field, but that's good news for Twins fans.
Yes, it is. I mean, that franchise has been over there, the organization. The Twins have been a part of the community in Elizabethton for many, many years. and it's good that they're able to stay in. You know, you wonder about some of these small or short season or minor league baseball teams, but everything's going well. They're going to have at least one more year in Elizabethton, and hopefully they can get some renovations done there, or maybe get somebody to come in just like here in Johnson City with the people from down the road with the Smokies that came in and kind of purchased the Johnson City Cardinals.
There you go. We're talking to Carmichael again. I understand if you're watching on Facebook that the shadows, the silhouette's not good here inside the showroom, but it is what it is. At least you can get a facsimile of what you look like, right? So there you go. College football, the bowl season cranks up this week. Big week in the NFL. We're winding it down. Let's see what some of the big games are. Of course, my boys, the Raiders, will be in San Diego to battle the Chargers. The Cowboys will be at home against Tampa Bay. What do you think about that one? About your boys?
It's going to be an interesting game. Famous Jameis has got Tampa playing much better. They've played well on the road and at home, so it's not going to be an easy game for the Cowboys on Sunday night.
Let's see what else you got going on this week. Philadelphia, Baltimore. Who you like there? Ravens or the Eagles?
Go with the Ravens.
Cleveland, Buffalo. Who cares? Detroit at New York. The Giants. That could be a trap. That's a big game right there.
Big game for both teams.
Both teams. You better believe it.
Detroit needs to win to stay in first place in the sample. And the Giants need to win to stay in the wild card hunt in the NFC.
Detroit at 9-4, and again the Giants coming in. They're going to be 9-4. This is a big ball game in the NFC and the race. The Steelers in Cincinnati. On paper, the Steelers ought to win this, but this has always been a trap game for the Steelers.
And it's a division rivalry.
Exactly.
It's been, 40 plus almost since the league split. This has been a big game, huge game.
Titans in Kansas City, Tennessee right now at 7-8, and the Chiefs, of course, on top of the West with the Raiders at 10-3.
I like the Chiefs in this game. They're a great December team, and I like them to beat the Titans on Sunday.
Hello, Kristen Martin. Kristen Martin's watching. Hello, young lady. Very, very nice young lady as well. There's a lot of nice young ladies watching the show, and she's one of them. So there you go. Thank you, Carmichael. You're very kind. You're right back on my Christmas list now. Elizabeth Hamilton, very nice young lady. Aaron Powers, Ashley Powers, Kim Witherspoon, Kristen Martin. Thank you, ladies, for watching. Barbara Cornauer also watching in Kingsport. Jacksonville or Houston. Jacksonville's going to be looking for a coach, right? They're terrible.
Yeah, I mean, Gus Bradley's a good coach, but he was just thrown into a bad situation. And, and Houston, I mean, wouldn't they like to let Brock Osweiler just have stayed in Denver?
Yeah.
I mean, they're struggling to win the South. Whoever wins the South is a one-and-done team in the playoffs.
Yeah, they're Osweiler, not getting it done for the Texans. The Saints will be in Arizona. Boy, what an up and down team for Arizona.
No, the two probably most underachieving teams in the NFC. And Arizona cutting Michael Floyd after his DUI arrest on Monday, I believe it was. So that's a team that's really struggled all year, and New Orleans has played poor on offense the last 2 weeks.
What about this one? New England at Denver. Again, the Patriots 11-2, and the Broncos, again, going into the ball game will be 8-5. What do you think about that one?
I like the Patriots. There's no Peyton Manning this time, and Denver's defense is not Denver's defense from last January. So I like the Patriots to be able to run the ball down Denver's throats.
Right now, if you had to stop it today, give me the top three teams, in your humble opinion, in the AFC and the top three teams in the NFC.
Top three in the AFC: New England, Oakland, Kansas City.
That's all it is.
And to me, it's 2 and 3 could be either or. New England's by far. In the NFC, Dallas,
Atlanta,
Dallas, Green Bay, as hot as Green Bay has been playing.
Really?
And probably the Giants.
Really? Eli's got them playing pretty good?
Well, no, it's just as much Eli's got them playing pretty good as the defense is playing. The defense is what's winning games for the Giants. It's not Eli. It's the defense. That's what's keeping them. That's what's keeping them up in the standings this year. And Green Bay's just. I mean, if Rodgers is able to, if he can stay healthy these last 2 games and get Green Bay into the playoffs, they're going to be a very dangerous team in January.
College basketball, again, we're live at Champion Chevrolet College basketball. Big win last night with the Bucks on the road at Mississippi State.
Yes.
67-65. They're now 8-2, getting ready to head to Morehead State, who may or may not have a coach come Saturday. Everything going on over there where he headbutted a player, and so the parents are upset with this, which, again, as I said earlier in the show, I get this, but why a year later? I don't condone what he did, but why are you now making a fuss on something he did a year ago? And he also said the coach during timeout slapped him in the chest and caused pain. I'm thinking,
if you were if you were winning games, all that would go under the bridge.
thank you, my friend. Enough said.
Robert Montgomery Knight is your exhibit A. Robert
Exhibit A.
Montgomery Knight.
There you go. For the Bucks playing some good basketball, no question. Of course, a week from tonight, they'll be right down the road at Freedom Hall, a sold-out Freedom Hall when the Tennessee men's team comes to town. So,
And Tennessee played well at North Carolina this past Sunday.
yeah, held on to beat Tennessee Tech. They played Lipscomb tonight down at Thompson Bowling for the men's team.
And Lipscomb is not an easy out.
No, they're not a bad little ball team, and they come from a very good conference. Lady Vol struggling; they're only 5-4. They got a win last night over App State. Struggled early into that game.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's till the end of the season. Then you make changes down there.
Coming up, David Crum, the Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency officer, is going to join us. Also, Andy Dietrich is going to come back and join us one more time. We're live at Champion Chevrolet. Quiz show time. Are you ready? You want to give it a whirl?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. And then we got some things to talk about the. Let's go ahead and do Parks and Rec. What do you got going on?
We got two things. One this afternoon. It's Christmas fantasy. And no, it's not me coming over to Memorial Park for all the fans, but it's music by the Johnson C. Senior Chorale. There's going to be dancing. The Irwin Timeless Tappers and Dancers going to be over there this afternoon, Memorial Park Community Center at 4:30. So going on with the Johnson C. Senior Chorale, Christmas fantasy. And on January 1st, you've been out New Year's Eve. You need to sleep in a little while. We're going to have the first day hike over at Jacobs Nature Park over at Sinking Creek. It's the new Jacobs Park over there. It's $1 per person. Families are welcome. It's going to be on Sunday, January 1st from 1 to 2 o'clock at Jacobs Nature Park.
There you go. All that coming up again at the Johnson City Parks Rec website. To find out everything is
www.myjcparks.org.
There you go. Basketball in high gear now, right?
We're in our little holiday tournament that we use as a fundraiser to pay off for jerseys. We're about midway through that tournament now. We finish up. Most of it will finish up on Monday, but we've got one game or two games on Tuesday night to finish.
Please tell me when the new pool at Freedom Hall is going to be open so I can go swimming in the winter.
I'm hoping, and I remembered that about 20 minutes before I came down here and tried to call and get an answer on that, and I couldn't get anybody. So,
all right.
I'm saying it's probably going to be something after January 1 at least.
All right. Here we go. Quiz show. I'm going to be playing for Jeff Droge. Jeff works at the post office, listens and watches every day on Facebook. Thank you, my friend. And so here we go. There's the quiz show music. Thank you, Ben Foy. We've got David Crum coming up in a few minutes, the Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency officer. This will come as a surprise. One of the topics we'll be talking about is hypothermia. And then we're going to be joined by Andy Dietrich one more time before we skedaddle out of here on this Thursday live at Champion Chevrolet on the Bristol Motor Mile in Johnson City. So, Jeff Droge, I'm going to try and win for you, my friend. Here we go, Carmichael. Question number 1, true, false?
Okay. Randy Moss and Chad Pennington were teammates at Marshall University.
Well, that's true.
Okay, well, that's the question.
Hit the bell. Run the dogs. Well, I thought this was a setup. Okay, so 1 for 1, Jeff Droge. Number 2. Here we go.
Number 2, Jerry West and Oscar Robertson were teammates on the 1960 men's Olympic team in Rome.
Oh, Carmichael, let's see. Jerry West and Oscar Robertson on the same team. Where's Mr. Copenhaver? Mr. Copenhaver over there? Tim? Mr. Copenhaver? Need your help on the quiz show? Okay.
1960 Olympic team.
Pass on that. Let's go to the next one. I want to get Copenhaver's that. Well, all right. Jerry West, Oscar Robertson, the same 1960 Olympic basketball team. True or false? True.
That is correct.
Oh, 2 for 2. All right. Ring the bell. All right. Number 3.
Okay, number 3, Larry Bird.
The Birdman, greatest player ever.
And Bill Walton were teammates on the Boston Celtics.
That's true.
Okay.
Oh.
Well,
Well, I'm waiting for because you're always telling me, okay, I'm 3 for 3. All right. All right, here we go. Number 4.
Okay. Tom Seaver and Pete Rose were teammates on the Cincinnati Reds.
Oh, gosh. They pass in the same. Their ships pass on the same team at the same time. Seaver and Rose. Seaver and Rose. Tom Seaver, Pete Rose on the same team at the same time in Cincinnati. True.
Yes.
Oh, good. All right. 4 for 4. Run them dogs. All right. I'm getting. You make me nervous. You make me nervous, Carmichael. I'm just telling you.
Okay. This is the one you got to think a little bit.
All right.
But it's,
Uh-oh.
okay.
There's a challenge.
Jackie Robinson
Jackie Robinson
and Sandy Koufax
and Sandy
were
Koufax.
teammates on the Dodgers.
Sandy Koufax and Jackie Robinson on the Dodgers, same team, same time.
Same, yes.
What year?
And they were teammates. True or false? Were they teammates on the Dodgers?
On the Dodgers.
On the Brooklyn Dodgers.
Brooklyn Dodgers.
Yes.
Jackie Robinson and Sandy Koufax, teammates on the Dodgers. Koufax was in L.A. Robinson was in Brooklyn. I'm going to say that is false.
True. Sandy signed. He was a bonus baby, and they had to keep him up for 2 years in Brooklyn. And he pitched. He was 55-56 with teammate of Jackie Robinson.
4 for 5. Hit the buzzer, Ben. All right. I hate losing. Do not like to
And
lose.
had them all true. I gave all of them were true. They kept. I was trying to be Merry Christmas. I was in the Christmas spirit, trying to.
Well, should have just said this champion sells Chevrolets. I'd have said true, and I'd have won the darn thing. Well, Jeff Droka got real close, but it's his fault because no, it's my fault.
Well, I was
Good
getting ready to
question.
ask you. Willie Mays and Tom were Willie Mays and Tom Seaver teammates on the New York Mets.
Yes.
Yeah,
They were.
and I substituted that one for Sandy Koufax.
So you tried. I didn't do it. I got 4 out of 5. Jeff Droke, sorry, my friend. Didn't win for you this
that's
week.
hitting 800, and that's like a home run here. So that means you would be driving the
Driving the caddy or driving the bed.
Yeah.
You got it. Carmichael, always a pleasure. I'm going to take a couple of weeks off to spend some time with the family and friends, and I appreciate that. You're going to be back with us in the first week of January, ready to go?
Yes, we'll be ready the first Thursday in January.
All right. Thank you, my friend. Merry Christmas to you and
Merry
yours.
Christmas.
Yeah, love that guy right there. He's a good one. Go back. I didn't realize we did games together 30 years ago. He made me, not made me, I am old. Good grief. No, I'm not old. Being old is just it's a frame of mind.
We were doing games when.
There you go. That's it. I'm not old. It's been here for a while.
Bands like rock and roll bands like the Cars and Duran Duran.
Oh, yeah,
all
they're-
those were, doing. And George Strait was making music.
George Strait was making music 30 years ago when we were doing ball games.
Yes.
Merry Christmas, buddy.
Merry
Thank
Christmas,
you.
Tom. See you.
Carmichael with us. We appreciate him very much. Quick break. We'll be right back. We'll go from teammates and sports to the woods and waterways of Tennessee. We're live here at Champion Chevrolet. Also, Andy Dietrich's going to join us coming up in a few minutes. 27 before the hour, we're live at Champion Chevrolet on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. All right. Facebook, and again, that's cool. Come out of the break, you want to say a Bob Maupin from Nashville. That's really cool. So, yeah, Bobby Maupin, yeah. Hi, honey.
Hey.
Doing good? Make sure your button's up. Well, that's cool. When we come back out of the break, I'll let you tell them. So anyway, Facebook folks, again, thank you very much. Kristen Martin, thank you. And Kim Witherspoon and Jeff Droke and Liz Hamilton and Jeremiah Clark and Aaron Powers and Barbara Aaron Powers DeBusk and Barbara Cornhour and some of the folks in there watching us today. Of course, there'll be more later on in the show. They go back and watch it tonight. So again, thank you. Please like us and share us on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Jeremiah Clark watching up in Cleveland, Ohio. Hello, my friend. So appreciate you folks very much, more than you realize. And also the folks on the radio, of course. That's the backbone of the show, is the radio side of it. So stay tuned. We're going to come right back here and talk to my man, Crum. 30 seconds. Horace says, hey. Hey, Horace. Horace takes care of me.
Does it?
Oh, yeah. 35 degrees? Oh, 12:35. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's 25 degrees.
25 degrees?
Mm-hmm. With that wind, the wind chill's down in the teens.
Back at the Tom Taylor Sports Show, congratulations, Ben Foy. We got our second qualifier. Earlier was Florence Stevens out of Johnson City. Who qualified the second time, my friend? Bob Maupin from Nashville called in to win some cold cash, and so we'll give it away on Monday. We're taking tomorrow off. We got to do some things with the end of the school Christmas parties and what have you. So back in the saddle on Monday. Well, in fact, we'll be at Hardee's in Colonial Heights on Monday. Bob Maupin or Bobby Maupin from Nashville called in to get qualified to win some. I'm sorry? Oh, absolutely. A road trip to Nashville. I'm taking you with me. We're heading to Nashville for pizza. So, yeah, I'm throwing you in there with me. We're going to team drive. We're going to Nashville to deliver this money if he wins it. So we appreciate him very much. Again, Bobby Maupin of Nashville and Florence Stevens out of Johnson City are our qualifiers today for the free money we'll give away on Monday. Bill Lister out of Gray won last week. We're joined here at Champion Chevrolet at 24 before the hour. We're joined by our buddy David Crum, the Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency officer. There is a glare in here in the studio or in the showroom, but see if we can't get you. There he is. Get in here as close as you can, I reckon. There's our buddy.
Face for radio.
There it is, a face for Facebook. There you go.
There we go.
Take it away, my friend. Tell me right now, of course, the obvious, hypothermia.
Cold.
Oh, yes. Hypothermia. Tell me about it.
Frigid right now.
Yep.
It's 25 degrees out. With the wind chills down in the teens. Some places it's getting down in the single digits with the gusts coming up. If you're not dressed properly to go outside right now, you have no business being outside at all, because the temperatures are so cold right now. Of course, they're going to warm up. I think you told me about Saturday.
Low 60s by Saturday.
Low 60s by Saturday. But today I know there are people out hunting. There are people out fishing. And it's good and cold for them out there, that's for sure.
There are people out there fishing right now?
Yes.
Seriously?
There are people out fishing.
What would you be fishing for this time of year? What's biting?
For bass, you can fish for striper, you can fish for crappie.
I'm going to ask you a really stupid question, all right? How do you stay warm in a boat out on the lake, on the river, on a day like that, the wind whip? I mean, do you use heaters? How do these guys...
Properly.
Just properly? I mean, is there heaters or anything?
No. There are no heaters. There are no heaters unless you're in a blind out when you're deer hunting right now, you won't have a heater. If you're up in a tree stand, you won't have a heater. A friend of mine I talked to earlier harvested a 4-pointer this morning, and he said that 4-pointer was his ticket to get out of the woods because his feet were frozen solid.
Wow. Folks are fishing and hunting in the woods of Tennessee right now, so bundle up. And as you said, you're just going to be outside doing whatever. You want to get dressed properly.
If you're out going from place to place, going shopping, Christmas shopping, or getting out there just enjoying, riding through the mountains, doing whatever, you need to be sure and be prepared because it's cold out there.
And particularly if you're elderly, a little bit old, our senior citizens that get colder quicker, need to stay inside.
Watch out for the kids because a lot of the kids, they don't like to wear their coats. When you go outside, be sure you make them wear their coats.
Make them wear the coat. You're exactly right. We're talking to David Crum, Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency officer. We're live here at Champion Chevrolet on the Bristol Motor Mile in Johnson City. With you for a few more minutes, 21 to be exact. Hunting right now. What's out there you can be harvesting in the woods of Tennessee?
Well, we've got deer season going on right now. We've got bear season going on till the end of the week. There we go. Trying to get the glare out. Trying to get my ever-growing forehead to cover out.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, thank you. The only thing that gives me grace on my ever-growing forehead is looking at yours, big guy.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
What was it you said we could be billboards for Champion Chevrolet?
Oh, absolutely. I can put a Chevrolet bow tie on my forehead. You can put a Cadillac on yours.
Park that Corvette on your forehead.
Oh, man. Is that not a good-looking ride right there?
That's a good-looking ride. I don't know if I could get in it. I definitely wouldn't want to get out of it once I got in it.
It's got the Tom Taylor Sports Show written all over it over there.
It does. Good. I think Foster Signs down in Jonesboro could put a good wrap on there for you. Tom Taylor Sports Show.
With the Champion Chevrolet right there on the front of it.
Chevrolet right on the front of it, absolutely. We've got duck season going on through the end of January. We've got bear season going on at the end of the weekend. Deer season going on in full swing right now. So we've got a lot of opportunities, including some small game huntings going on. An individual the other day mentioned something to me about going out squirrel hunting, which has been kind of a lost art to go out squirrel hunting. Some people go out squirrel hunting with dogs, a little feist, and some people don't. But they're still going out there and going hunting.
20 before the hour. Again, Ben said 28 degrees right now, and the wind chill makes it a whole lot colder out there. It's going to get down to the teens on the thermometer tonight. And, of course, the wind chills put it down into the single digits here in northeast Tennessee. And wherever you're listening across 20 counties, you know now it's going to be bone cold tonight. So bundle up. It's going to warm up on Saturday. Starting tomorrow night, it's going to warm up into Saturday. You got some rain and maybe some snow coming in here first part of the week. Not much, but enough to maybe get you into not quite the white Christmas because it's not the next week, but it kind of puts you in a mood a little bit. But anyway, cold out there right now. The poaching hotline, that's something we talk about. We're going to talk about that. And also the license for life, which is a great Christmas gift. But first, the poaching hotline. What's going on with that?
Poaching hotline of 1-800-831-1174. That's 1-800-831-1174. That poaching hotline, you can pick up the phone and call us. Let us know any information we need to know about, because there's 18 officers covering 10 counties in Upper East Tennessee. That's a lot of territory for people to cover, for the few officers to cover. So we rely on the sportsmen to be our eyes and ears and pick up the telephone and let us know if you know somebody hunting over bait, killing, or harvesting too many animals, or if they're hunting or fishing illegally of any kind. Pick up the phone and give us a call and let us know.
Bobby Mama just told us it's going to be right at 70 on Saturday in Nashville and back down to the 30s on Sunday. So, yeah, we're going to be experiencing the same thing, but that's all right.
That roller coaster, East Tennessee roller coaster, what is it? If you don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes, it'll change.
It'll change. You got it. But
oh, yeah.
I'm looking at the calendar. We're 74 days away from the Daytona 500. So, spring, I'm already ready for spring. It's not that far away. It's the way
Spring's not far away at all.
That's the way I'm thinking anyway.
Yeah.
Them 90-day temperatures don't feel so bad to me when I get out here and get in this wind.
I'd rather have cooler temperatures. Highs in the 70s about as far as I want to go, because you can always layer more clothes on. You can't peel skin to get cool.
Here you go. We're talking to David Crum, Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency officer. We're live here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Tomorrow, taking the day off. Monday, we'll be at Hardee's in Colonial Heights, having a big time there. Tuesday, Larry Kaiser, Nationwide Insurance. Wednesday, we'll be at Brummett Sports in Elizabethton. And Thursday, right back here. And then next Friday, I'm not sure where I'm going to be on the 23rd. I've got several opportunities to go to different places, so we'll let you know where we're going to be a week from tomorrow. But tomorrow, we're going to be off, and so picking back up on Monday with the show from Hardee's in Colonial Heights. License for life, big guy. Tell me about that. It's a great Christmas gift for a hunter.
One of the best Christmas gifts I think anybody can get a loved one is if you go out and buy a lifetime hunting and fishing license. It's $200 for under the age of 3. That's for the rest of their life. That's hunting and fishing. If they move away from East Tennessee, you're turning the phone on me, Tom. I'm going to have to lean over like this.
What am I doing? Am I doing good?
There we go. There we go.
I'm sorry.
How's that? That's better. A lifetime hunting and fishing license for $200 for under age 3. That's for the rest of their life. Go hunting and fishing and don't have to purchase any more license in the state of Tennessee. If they move away from Tennessee and want to come back to Tennessee and hunt and fish, that lifetime license is still good and valid. And that's $200 for the rest of their lives. What an investment.
It's a one-time thing, too, right?
It's a one-time thing. One time for $200 the rest of their lives.
Can't beat that. Where do you get those at?
You can contact the regional office and get an application, take in the information, and purchase it right there.
Your Steelers will be in Cincinnati to battle the Bengals on Sunday. It should be a cold day in Cincinnati, but it's a big rivalry game. Liking the Steelers winning in Cincinnati, you're worried about it?
I don't know. This year I had starting off out of the gate, had a really good high hopes for the Steelers, and they've lost some games I thought they should have won, and won some games I thought they, But anyway, I did hear that, Burfict finally apologized to Antonio Brown for the helmet-to-helmet shot that put him down. It's, almost a year. So, oh well.
Is what it is, all right.
It is what it is, but I think the Steelers are going to, what is it? You said win, lose, or die. I'm a Steeler till I die.
You got it.
That's right.
Well, I don't say that. I say Raider. You say Steeler.
Well, there you go.
Raiders,
exactly.
My boys are going to whoop up on the Chargers this weekend down in San Diego. Be a butt whooping. So,
are they ever going to get a home?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Because I heard you and Carmichael talking about they were going to go to L.A.
Going to L.A., going to Vegas, and Roger Goodell's kind of put his nose in there and kind of messed everything up right now, I think. So, I don't know where they're going to be. Wherever they can be in Bristol, I'm going to be following them, baby.
Oh, yeah.
The Raiders. There you
Yeah,
go.
how come the Raiders have been kicked out of homes for a couple of times now, I think, and the Steelers have been in the same home for
Long time.
a long, long time.
What are you saying, Crum? What are you implying, buddy?
Well, I'm saying some people, well, no, I don't have to say anything. I think it says itself.
Would you give us our famous hook, as you always do, my friend?
Remember, folks, get your kids hooked on hunting and fishing. You don't have to worry as much about them getting hooked on other things. And safe boating saves lives.
Here next week, ain't you?
Plan on it.
Good. Want to see you back over next week. Hope you'll bring warmer weather next week. So, there you go. Appreciate my man, David Crum, Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency officer. Quick break. We'll be right back. Andy Dietrich is going to come by here and kind of wrap this thing up. We're live at Champion Chevrolet at his place. Here again, he and Tim Coben, they were the great co-owners of Champion Chevrolet. And Andy will come back through here and visit with us one more time right after this on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, live from Champion Chevrolet. We say hello to you and thanks for being with us here on a cold Thursday in Northeast Tennessee. Yeah, it was. It was a good segment. Great segment. Lunch?
Today?
Huh?
Going to do lunch today? You preach to me again?
Say it
Do
again.
lunch today, so you preach to me again?
Same spot?
Yeah.
Give me about, I'll box it quicker. So,
Okay.
what time is it? So I'm off at 14. I'll be there by 1:30.
Okay.
So,
All right, I'll be there.
I don't know if you want to hear my preaching, though, because but I'll listen, whatever you got to do, bud. We'll talk. Can I eat a chicken again?
I don't know.
A cordon bleu?
You're buying this time.
Oh, I am?
You're on.
You still owe me one more.
I do.
Yes.
From when?
2 years ago, 3 years ago. You had 3. You Cracker Barrel and Arby's. I'm just saying.
No, I had Food City.
Oh, that's right. We're square now. We're level.
Yes, we're square.
We're Dutching. Okay. I'll run by I'll holler at you.
I can pay for it. But
No, I got it.
no, I'd rather be one up. That's for that next game.
Yeah. Hey, Andy?
Ready?
Yes, sir?
Sorry, Don, I was doing something earlier.
I know that. I should have asked you before I hollered over there. Went 4 for 5 with the quiz. Hello, Barbara Cornhour. Just want to say hello. Thank you. What a class lady she is. Bless her pea picking heart yonder in Kingsport. Also, Jim Vault, last day after Christmas, last year he was fishing on Tellico Lake. It was 76 degrees a year ago. Well, whoopty. Oh, me, oh, my. Here he comes, my buddy Andy Dietrich. And it's rolling here. How you doing, Bubba?
Woo! Woo!
That's good.
It's rolling, absolutely.
That's
It's rolling
good. We
today.
turn this back around, and there he is.
Well-
Now, you were telling me earlier in the show it's still a little dark, but that's
Yeah, it's
okay.
just-
I got to fix this. I'm going to rearrange the table next week.
We're just going to have to hang some curtains in here for
Put
you.
the curtains or bring me some lighting, some
Yeah.
artificial lighting, but
Maybe get somebody to do our makeup.
that's it.
Yeah.
Because we have faces for radio. There you go. So tell me, it has been a busy December. If folks missed a segment earlier when you were on, it's been a very good December for Champion, has it not?
Yes, we've had a great year, great December. Been very blessed, and want to thank all of our customers and soon-to-be new customers. And we've got phenomenal sale going on right now, big discounts. I was looking at our newspaper ad that's getting ready to come out. You know, stuff. We've got cars almost over $15,000 off on select models right now on sale in the paper. Let's see on there. There's Barbara Konauer. Wanted to say hello, Coach Konauer. I had him at Dobbins Bennett.
That's his lovely bride.
Yes, that's his wife. She's a sweetheart. But
He
Coach
was a
Konauer.
class act too, wasn't
But
he?
yeah, it's funny. You know, I had him as a coach, and my dad had him as a coach. You know, he's been there. He was there a long time. But great guy, great guy.
Yeah, we lost him a few years back, but yeah, Miss Barbara's an awesome lady. We're talking again to Andy Dietrich from Champion Chevrolet in the Bristol Motor Mile in Johnson City. And so 11,000 off. Did you help Mr. Rucker? Mr. Rucker got help, didn't he?
Yes, he got help.
Yeah.
He got help. I think he's upstairs right now. signing up, I believe. So
That's one of those ones we kind of recommended and got sent this way, and going to be a happy camper. Well, I guess he's leaving with the truck, right?
yeah, I think Cletus is working that deal, but yes, I believe so.
Yeah. So a young man who came thanks to Jim Vault and is up here at Champion Chevrolet. $11,000 off the Silverados. Tell me about it.
Yeah, that's $11,000 off 2017. That's not a 16. That's a 17. Double cab and crew cab. They're all-star editions, which are LT loaded up. LTs, I think the ones we've got may have one or two leathers thrown in there, but most of them are cloth. Right now, too, we have 30% off on all 2017 Sonics, Sparks, and Impalas, and $11,000 off our remaining 2016 heavy-duty 3500s that are still left in stock. Also, I do have some work trucks that are regular cab 2016s that are 33% off. It's just, I've never seen, like I said earlier, I've never seen a sale this big at this big of discounts at this time of year, any time of the year in the 10 years we've been here. And we're on pace for a record month. And, you know, you probably hear a lot of dealers say that, but I'm not kidding. It's been wild. We hopped in our seats on December 1st, and it's taken off like a rocket ship because of the deals. And we've got a great sales staff to take care of you and a great service and parts. And ladies in the office and detail department to stand behind the sale once we get the sale completed downstairs.
Tell us about, you got them right here before we run out of time. Run down through all the great sales folks. You've got two of those coming in here right now. They've been outside in the cold. Tell us about these great sales people.
I've got Mike Coles, my used car manager. Tim Arnold, also known as Pig, is in sales. Cletus Green is my Cadillac manager. Lynn Lloyd is finance. Chris McCall is finance. Lloyd Fleener is sales. Brian Wilder is sales. Glenn Taylor, who has been here 53 years working.
Wow.
He used to work at the old Sherwood downtown, and then he moved up there when it's up there beside the mall that's now Office Depot or up there, and then he moved here when it moved, and then we bought it, and he's still here.
Incredible.
Got Marshall Job, David Palmer, my internet manager. Jay Hayes is in sales. My partner, Tim Copenhaver. How do they do that? We've got Charlie Birchfield in sales, Ron Dunn in sales, Bob Bays in sales, Stephanie Broadwater in internet sales, and also Kristen Martin in internet sales. So.
Every time you do that, does that wrinkle him over there when he says, how do they do that?
What my favorite thing is, when you see a customer come in here that maybe hasn't been here before, and the wife will be there with the husband, and she'll slug her husband. That's him. That's the guy on TV. That's him. And, you know, and then he also says, you know, he'll be eating at Cheddar's or somewhere out to eat, and somebody will holler across the restaurant, "Hey, how do they do that?" And just yell it out across the whole restaurant and embarrass him really good.
He loves it.
He loves it.
That means the advertising is effective.
It's working.
Yeah.
It's working.
We've got about 4 minutes here. Tell me how you came up with that slogan. You shared that with us a couple of weeks ago. I think this was really cool. Your competition came up with it, right?
Yes. Went right after we bought the dealership, and we came in here, and after a month or two, we started selling a lot of cars. And we have vendors that come through that fix dents and scratches and windshield cracks and things like that, and they go from dealership to dealership. They don't just come to us; they go to every dealership. And every time that time of week they would come in, they said, "Well, I was just over in so and so in Kingsport, and they want to know how you're selling so many cars." And it kept happening over and over again. And more vendors came in. How do you do that? How do y'all start business that quickly and take off? How do they do that? And Tim and I are talking, and we decided to throw it as our advertising slogan in our competition. Saved us a lot of money for having to pay a marketing firm to come up with something like that.
And it works.
Oh, and it works.
There you go.
It's great. And my wife has said she'll be on next Thursday.
Awesome. She'll be on.
Put her down at 11 o'clock.
11 o'clock. Casey Marley's going to be here from Channel 11. We'll come by and talk a little sports next week. Got Marley coming in. He's a big Chiefs guy, and I'm going to bust on him on being a Raiders guy. We got swept by the Chiefs this year, but Casey will come by. He's a great sports guy and a great dear friend, and so he'll be here next week. Looking forward to that. And I think in the week after, we're going to have the young lady coming back in from the foundation, because you guys still selling those tickets.
January 21st is the night of the gala. We are selling raffle tickets, $50 a piece. There are 3,000 printed, so you got a 1 in 3,000 shot of winning a new 2017 Chevrolet Camaro, new 2017 Chevrolet Silverado, or a new 2017 Cadillac ATS. And then if you don't win one of those, there's 3 more drawings for money. So it's a great deal, great odds. 100% of the proceeds go to Niswangers Children's Hospital to help kids that are sick here in our community.
There you go. Back next Thursday, we'll be here. You'll be here?
I'll be here with bells on.
Mrs. Dietrich will be here, too. I can't wait.
Yes, I'll have to really behave.
Yeah. And Miss Megan, somebody buzzed me and said, How old is Miss Megan? Is she a little person or a teenager?
I think she's I think she's either 12 or 13.
Okay, middle school.
Yeah.
Miss Megan diagnosed with stage 4 brain
She
cancer.
fought 3 years of leukemia and won, and then found out last week with new scans that she has stage 4 brain cancer tumor, and I think they're just trying to figure out what to do right now at this point.
Yep. Best thing to do is pray.
Just pray and think of, hug your loved ones, hug your little kids, and be thankful for what you have, no matter what you have, be thankful for it.
Great way to end this. Real quick, Al's Champion Chevrolet's open right off through up to Christmas.
Up till Christmas, 8:30 to 7 are sales Monday through Saturday. Parts and service are 8:30 to 6. Service is open 7:30 to 6 Monday through Friday, and service and parts are open 8 to 5 on Saturdays. And then we've got www.championjc.com, open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can pick out a car, new or used, get financing, schedule service, buy parts, chat. We've got people that'll chat with you if you want to chat. Sitting at home, in your Barca lounger and your bathrobe, and you want to buy a car, you can do it and take care of everything before you walk in the door here.
I'm getting a visual of you in a Barca recliner with your robe on.
I know. So. Well, that's what I usually wear here at work, but now that you've got this Facebook Live stuff, I have to actually put on appropriate clothing to be on here.
My. How did he do that? I guess.
How did they do that?
Thank you, my friend.
Thank you. See you next week.
Oh, yeah. This guy's awesome. Love him to death. Love coming here. And look there. Robbie Mompton says, great man. He is. Andy Dietrich and also Tim Copenhaver. Appreciate him very much. We are about out of time here. Again, do want to remind you, we're going to be back in here on Monday, back on the show, I should say, from Hardee's in Colonial Heights, broadcasting live tomorrow. We'll take tomorrow off and do the end of school Christmas party at the schoolhouse for the little people, and so we're going to do that tomorrow. I've been practically begged to do that, and I said absolutely. And after he talks about Miss Megan having stage 4 brain cancer, and that little young lady's fighting for her life, absolutely, I'm going to take some time to go to my little person's Christmas party tomorrow. Need to do that. So, hello, Tim Flanagan, my friend. Thank you very much, Bobby Moppin, and greatest coach ever. I'll tell you what, Tom Cornell was a class act. I'm telling you that. Barbara knows that. She was married to him, and so just we miss him. Tremendous loss. Lost another one in Kingsport this week, too. Al Wilkes, a legendary coach for many, many years with the late Buck Van Huss. We lost him earlier in the week. So, as Andy said it and said it so well, love them, folks. Just love the folks you got around you, because you never know when one of them's going to get tapped on the shoulder and the good Lord says it's your time. So, we would encourage you to do that. We're out of time. You hear the music on the radio. We are out of time. We sincerely thank you for yours. Our guest today, Carmichael. Also, David Crum, the Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency officer. Also, obviously, Andy Dietrich from Champion Chevrolet. And so we also heard from Denny Hamlin, an NASCAR driver. And, of course, our outstanding, the best ever producer, Ben Foy, who just keeps me in the middle of the road and does a fantastic job. Can't thank him enough for him. So thank you, Ben. And so we're going to step aside and, again, play a lot of Christmas music tomorrow at this time from 11 to 1, and then rejoin you on Monday from Hardee's in Colonial Heights. So for Andy Dietrich and Tim Copenhaver, love these guys, love coming over here and talking about this great dealership of Champion Chevrolet for all these folks that work here. And, again, for Ben Foy, this is Tom Taylor telling you, as always, win or lose, be a good sport. Thanks for giving us a watch and a listen on AM 790, also on the internet at WETV790.com, streaming audio, and, of course, right here on Facebook Live. We thank you folks very much for giving us a watch and giving us a listen. The preaching and teaching of one Charles Stanley is coming up next on AM 790. This guy can flat shuck the corn. He can preach, and he's next on WETV. See you Monday at 11 o'clock right here on these airwaves and on this Facebook. Until then, have a great weekend, and again, stay warm. We'll see you Monday. So long, everybody. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Facebook folks, again, follow me, please, and also share at Tom Taylor Sports Show, and also on Twitter, Tom Taylor Sports. Also, don't forget to follow my personal Facebook. And, again, that's Tom Taylor, obviously, and be sure and share that as well. It's growing by leaps and bounds, and so also figured out that I can listen to you on TuneIn Radio. You absolutely can, Bobby Moppin. Thank you. So that's another one I don't promote enough, TuneIn Radio. So, again, thank you. Ben Foy's awesome back in the home front, keeping me in line. So, again, Facebook folks, thank you. Going to wrap this thing up, and we'll rejoin you on Monday from Hardee's and Colonial Heights here in the Tri-Cities. Have a great weekend. Stay warm. And, again, get your Christmas shopping done and get to church on Sunday and worship the King of Kings and Lord of Lords, the one who this birthday and this holiday is all about. It ain't about Santa and Rudolph. It's about the King of Kings, the Lord Jesus Christ, my personal Savior. Couldn't do without him. And so long. Thank you. Bye.